Welcome back. Return of the Mac. M.A.C. Moss Andrew Carl back in the building for episode 143. What's happening?
Hey. Yeah. It's Fivio week, bro. I mean, y'all don't have time alone right now.
Is that like his ad-lib or something?
Yeah, a little bit.
Is that what he does?
I like bow, bow.
Yeah.
That's bow, bow, bow,
bow.
Oh, okay.
A little bit of that.
I don't remember hearing the AAA shit.
Yeah, you don't remember Big Drip, though, so I get it.
Damn, you gonna try to call him out on Fivio knowledge?
Yeah, I'm doing that right now.
Might not be
because
the
at
lane
this point, if you don't know Fivio, then you ain't paying attention. You know what I'm saying?
All right, I will limit my hate.
This man's gonna be hyped today.
I know it's gonna be hard for you.
Hyped today.
You're gonna have to dig deep to bring the hate out.
No, it's not that, because it's like we'll talk about it. Like, but I'm not gonna do it to him like that.
Let's warm up. Let's warm up with the week. Mm-hmm. What happened this week? Anything happened this week? Anything exciting in new news?
Man, nothing major, I don't think.
What you doing today?
I'm going down to Charlotte, man, to a comedy show. See Nephew Tommy.
That's right. Yeah.
I don't know. I've never seen a stand-up before.
Shout out to Steve Harvey Morning Show. I listen to that shit every
Now, I do fuck with the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Yeah.
Especially, I mean, be playing at work every morning.
When they used to do they still do the prank calls and shit?
That should be hilarious.
That shit be so fucking
hilarious.
Funny, bro. I can just pull them shits up on YouTube and just let them run.
Yeah. I think it's funny how it still be getting people. Like, people still ain't.
Right. How do you not know? Like, how does anybody get got with a prank call now? It's like,
I was thinking, like, any prank shows, like any pranks at all. Once you've done them long enough, like, how do people not catch on?
It's weird.
Yeah, I don't know.
You think they would know Nephew Tommy's voice by now?
Yeah, for sure. But I guess like some people get so riled up, especially with certain situations.
Yeah,
and they like,
because he
knowing like inside details and shit. Like the times he'll call somebody. He called one dude one time and was like, "Yeah, this is I guess he was like, this is Mike. You know, I work with your wife, and I was just wondering if you could like stop calling her during her lunch break, because that's like our time."
You stay getting to somebody's wife, man. That should be wild.
Yeah, so like people just lose it. Like, hold on, what you say? Bro,
maybe that's how you get people, though, because you go straight to something that's going to affect them, get a response out of them.
Yeah. Once you get emotional, it's like you're not actually thinking about, like, could this not be real? Could this be? Nah, it's just like, who is this?
Yeah, he'll start naming stuff like that. You would have to know them personally.
Right. And then it's one of them too. It's from a long time ago where he called the guy and he was like, "Well, I called you because my brother's been missing for some years now," and he like, it's ironically about the same amount of time that he met his wife or whatever. And he's like, "My brother's been missing for some years now, blah, blah, blah. And I have reason to believe that my brother is your wife." Something like that.
Oh my God. Oh, shit.
Yeah. Dude was like, "Hold on, what the fuck you talk about? That's all woman right there." Oh, we're gonna figure that. And then, he goes into details about like their life and stuff like that and how he might know. And dude was pissed off. He's like, "No, we're gonna wait till she get here and we're gonna figure this shit out."
That's wild.
You ain't gonna have no brother no more. I used to fuck with those heavy. Like, hopefully it's pretty good. The show's not till like 10 o'clock, so it's pretty late.
Was there anybody else like opening and stuff that you knew of?
I have no clue. I'll be surprised.
I think that's always the fun part. Go to comedy show, whoever be opening, it always be a surprise.
Yeah.
The show's joint, it was this black dude that he had on tour, and he was pretty funny. And then they had Mark come out, and he was hilarious.
Yeah.
Who was Mark?
Mark on the Flagrant podcast. He the one with the long hair.
Long hair dude.
No, he probably wouldn't know.
Damn, that's loud as hell. I thought my music
started. I was like, what the hell was that, bro?
The neighbors, sorry. That was an awkward moment here on the pod, but it sounded like my music started playing in the background. That's the neighbors just jamming.
What the fuck? Why you got the news on?
I was like, I didn't even hit nothing. Yeah, anyway, comedy show. I've never been, but like, how bad could it be,
Yeah, I mean,
even if somebody sucks at comedy and they just bomb, it would still be kind of funny just to watch how bad they are. Right. If they're good, you're gonna laugh. Like, it sounds like a good time.
The ticket's already paid for, so it's all good.
So you're gonna have to enjoy.
Right, have a good time. I'm sure I'll be under the influence. So.
Once you get a couple of drinks, everything be a little funny.
Good.
That's true. That is true.
No doubt.
What about you, Moss?
Not much, man. Nothing really crazy went down this week, but nothing interesting. Same regular week. Work, in the crib.
Yeah.
You know, listen to music.
Same old stuff.
Yeah, nothing crazy.
I didn't have anything too crazy, but I booked my Guatemala trip in May.
Hey.
So I'm excited to finally get that done. I need to holler at one of y'all for maybe picking me up from the airport. I don't know yet.
All right, that's cool.
Let me know, bro. I'm right down the street.
So
I'm right down the street.
Roanoke.
We both right down the street.
Roanoke.
In Roanoke? Are you serious?
Yeah.
I mean, we can work it out. They ain't that far.
I don't know for sure. I don't know for sure. I was trying to figure out the plans and stuff, but tickets out of Lynchburg are like $300 more expensive than Roanoke.
Airport.
So
fuck that.
Yeah, for that price, I said I'll figure out a way to get there. I don't know how, but I'll pay somebody if I need to not pay an extra $300. So
let one of us know beforehand. We can make that trip. Ain't that far.
Yeah.
Exploring the options right now, but appreciate y'all. I'm excited though, man. It was like end of May, June-ish is the last time I went over there and the last time I seen my sister and the family and stuff. So it's been almost a year. She's got an extra kid now.
So there's a new baby there now too.
And anytime she sends me videos of the other ones, like they're still so young.
Right.
A year is crazy.
Yeah.
They get so big so fast.
My nephew,
so much happens.
Yeah, my nephew is like the last time I saw him, super, super shy. Like obviously like talking stuff with me, but like not doing videos and this kind of thing. She sent me a video yesterday and he's like mad goofy and sarcastic and stuff. I'm like, yeah, this is like a totally different person. It's going to be wild. So I'm excited. Yeah. I'm excited for that. And I just need some time off of work. Jesus.
Yeah, that's for sure.
I need some time. I haven't taken any days other than that COVID week.
I got some days coming up, like a 4-day weekend coming up. And then of course, my birthday's in May. So I took that shit off too.
Heck yeah.
5 days or something like
indeed.
When is it in May?
May 10th, dog.
May 10th.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll be gone. I'll be gone.
Yeah.
Going the 5th through the 15th.
Yeah.
A little 10-day trip.
I'm still trying to figure out what I'm gonna do for my birthday though. I ain't really made no plans.
You about to be 30 this year?
Hell yeah.
Oh, shit.
Welcome.
Oh, man.
3-0.
Oh, man. You know the rules. 7 years added to your age for every kid. So I'm a real 33. You're about to be 44.
Hey, you turning 33 this year?
Yeah.
That's a powerful number right there, bro.
Jesus number.
Yeah. We was just talking about that shit
I'm
yesterday.
33 now.
Oh, really?
So I'm powerful now.
You are
Yeah.
powerful. It's the most powerful you'll ever be. Just enjoy this shit.
What was it? Like a lot of shit is like, I mean, if you're in like numerology and shit, like is
it's
real,
big number.
like powerful.
I don't really know anything other than Jesus' birthday. Not birthday,
it's like
years old.
if you like into longitude and latitude and shit, it means a lot. Like if you see what's on those lines, it means a lot there too. It's weird and a whole lot of shit. Like I don't know. If you look, you gotta look it up. It's a bunch of shit on YouTube about numerology and
lost me a longitude and latitude. He lost me a longitude and latitude.
I mean, just look at. I don't fucking. I'm not a scientist or whatever that shit is. So you gotta look that shit up. Or I don't know geography that well.
Yeah, me neither. Me neither. Not at all.
So yeah,
I believe you.
yeah.
I'm about to be powerful this year. Moss already got it.
You gotta do a big celebration, bro.
For 33?
Yeah, you gotta do a huge celebration.
I didn't even do a big celebration for 30.
You gotta pop some champagne and some more shit. Confetti.
Some stout champagne. That stout.
Let me get some Guinness. Confetti. He said confetti at 33 years old, popping confetti.
Confetti is
You
hilarious.
gotta get some confetti, bro.
That's
We're
wild.
gonna get you some confetti. Don't worry.
All right.
Got you, man.
We got time in November. Lots of time.
That's funny.
Yeah, I forgot you got that cold ass birthday and shit.
Cold birthday. Yeah.
Hell
What's that
yeah.
mean? What's that mean in numerology?
No, I don't know. I have no idea.
What's 11-6 mean?
I don't fucking know. No clue.
What's the longitude on that?
Libra? A Libra?
A Scorpio, I'm told.
Oh, Scorpio.
Big shit.
Maybe, yeah.
Oh, you don't believe? Yeah, like you don't believe in none of that shit, right?
Nah. I mean, I don't know about numerology. I don't know what that is enough to say I don't believe in it. I just went blank on what those are called. Scorpio
Horoscope?
and shit. Horoscope? Nah, not for me, dog.
Oh, okay.
Believe in it.
Oh yeah, I mean 33 too. It's like on like Masons. That's like the highest ranking Mason is
Laying brick?
33. No, like fucking. You know what I'm talking about.
Are you like, you You involved?
No, I'm not.
You be like bringing this shit up a lot. Like you be trying to give us the knowledge. Like, yeah, you know, the Masons and the Illuminati. You know how we do.
I've been
you know
invited, I think, but I'm not involved.
Third eye, 2 times, 3. Think about it.
Think about it, bro.
Hey, put it together. Do the math and the science and the geography.
Yeah, all of
it.
I think.
Or you could just read the Bible viral.
Hey,
Fivio,
hey,
talk to us.
I like that.
Shit.
I like that. I like that a lot.
I know you're hype right now.
Yeah, man.
You've been waiting on this album for weeks.
Yeah.
I think you hit the chat Thursday night, as soon as it dropped, like after midnight.
It was Friday morning.
Did
It was Friday.
Friday morning.
I don't think I said nothing about it though. I was gonna let y'all just get to it when y'all get to it.
You put a GIF in there.
Oh yeah, because you had shared like a whole bunch of like little baby shit and Jack. I'm like, yo, it's Fivio day, bro. What we doing?
Moses is letting you know I'm not on that.
Pause. I just had to be like, nah, you know, you listen to him a little bit later. I just listened to the shit.
Well, at least you listen.
On the way over.
This morning,
On the 3-minute ride over.
No, I had a lot of rounds to make this morning. I've been out since like 8:30, so
Okay.
yeah. So I listened.
That's always a good way to listen to music while you riding though in the car.
That's the best way to do it.
Yeah,
like
that's
you really want to either that or like if you get some quiet time and headphones and shit.
Yeah, that's
agreed.
That's the way to do it.
Yep.
We were playing FIFA last night, and I knew that was a good time to listen to all the new music that had come out. So wasn't breaking down a bunch of bars or nothing. Probably didn't need to, but I got to hear what the music sounded like.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed myself. I'll be honest with you. I liked the album. I thought it was pretty solid.
Yeah.
Quick overview of my thoughts. I liked the songs that I liked the most. Obviously, this is not a surprise, but the songs that I liked the most were usually the ones that were not super drill heavy. I thought it was really cool that he threw some of those on there without like changing who he was.
Yeah. Did you couldn't hear like, I feel like every song was drill to me. It was just like he's evolving the sound to where it doesn't sound like the exact same beat.
Yeah, I mean when you said it's not drill
like
heavy,
the tempo of each song was a drill tempo.
Maybe that's what I mean. There was the first 2 songs specifically. I didn't hear it at all. I wasn't. Maybe I just think of it as that specific one type of beat. But
the intro didn't even have no drum beat. It was just like rapping. Yeah,
the second song though, I didn't really notice it. And then as it went on and stuff, obviously it was more prevalent a little bit later.
Yeah.
It got more drill heavy towards the end. Like I guess like the
how many songs was it? Like 16, I think. 17. So I want to say it was probably in the like
16 minus that Khaled.
Yeah,
that's not a song.
In like the 10 to 14 tracks.
Yeah.
Between those, there was like back-to-back songs that I legitimately thought it was the exact same.
What does B.I.B.L.E stand for?
That's a good question.
I forgot.
It's an acronym.
He said it like a while ago, but he ain't said it in a while, so I forgot.
He should really put that shit on the cover or something.
It is a little bit odd.
Yeah,
that it's like not a part of the cover at all, or like a song.
It is a title. It's Bible Talk from DJ Khaled, but he don't say anything like about what the acronym stands for. Or anything.
So bad.
He just win. Yeah, more envy, more hate,
Bible Talk,
more love.
Oh, all right. Basic instructions before leaving Earth.
Okay, that's cool.
Interesting.
I like that.
That's cool. Thoughtful.
But yeah, you hear the Kanye inspiration going in while this. I guess
certainly on the first track,
very much so.
And
certainly on the first, yeah. I mean, but
through the fire,
yeah. But I mean,
said at the beginning,
the first
which
one
I thought was kind of corny a little bit. Kanye made through the wire, this through the fire, but that was like some hood nigga shit. Hood niggas gonna do some shit like that. State the obvious,
right?
We got it when we see the name of the record, but I get it.
That's probably the best record on the track to me.
Yeah, shit fire.
On the album, I mean,
that was one of my favorites.
It's one of
that was definitely one of my favorites.
Back-to-back songs with Quavo, crazy.
Yeah, I really like both of them though, and I didn't care for the Magic City when it initially came out on the single, but it is one of those that on the album.
It flows.
Particularly following the one right before where I really liked it. I was like, yo, another joint. I'm kind of with this. Quavo.
I see Quavo on. He did mad songs with Pop Smoke. Now he on Fivio now.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, I just feel like he just on that New York drill wave.
He trying to be a part of that wave. It's here now. Like I'm telling y'all, it's here to stay. Everybody that drops an album is going to find some type of New York drill wave to put on their projects now, or do a song with Fivio. This is there.
You think other people that don't do it will have a song of their own that's like that? I think it's here to stay and stuff. Like, I don't think it's a phase anymore that's just a couple guys are going to do it and it's gone. And I agree, like, after this, I think a lot of people are going to be working with Fivio, and they will have him on their tracks, which may bring that to it or whatever. But
I think if you can't get Fivio, you're going to try to do some type of New York drill tempo on a song.
Interesting.
Just because it's a wave now. Like, it's here to stay. People are evolving in Fivio on his album.
I tell you, God, I hope not.
You show a lot of evolutions of it to where it doesn't just sound like the same type of beat all the time.
Right.
Like,
that's all. I mean, it's so hard for it not to sound like that.
It's a tempo though, more so than like what the beat is. The tempo and how you rap on it.
Yeah, but a lot of it is just the same sounds that they use in the beats though, like that dum dum. You know what I'm saying? And like,
it's just like when people was putting trap drums on everything. Like it's.
Well, I mean,
you like music to evolve. This is the era of the
trap drums. They use different patterns. Like this is like all the same pattern.
But it'd be like the same tempo beats though. Kinda. It was a while everybody was rapping the same tempo on them trap beats.
I don't know, maybe I don't know. But
I'm not good with tempo and stuff like that. I don't have that musical side, but
I mean, I think it's just I don't know. So it's that drill shit gets a little bit repetitive for me. That's it.
Agreed. But I think he avoided that for the most part. For me, I think he avoided it. Like I said, there's at one point where it was literally back-to-back songs, and I said to Max, I was like, "Yeah, this sound like the exact same song. I can't even tell the difference." But other than that, like I felt like he really did a good job of mixing in this Kanye drill where he's got the other sounds in the background and stuff, throwing random other R&B type vibes on there.
Yeah,
that Vorium and Polo G joint is probably my first or second favorite.
Yeah, that's definitely up there. That's definitely up there. Polo G kills it.
Where he bodied that hook.
But it's not just like the same song over and over. So I was very excited by that.
I like the joint though. I mean, he got like you said, the Pop Smoke hacks on there with the What's My Name, and that's what I'm calling them, bro. I'm calling them.
That's the only trap and drill person that you know.
Love songs featuring Neo. I mean, damn, when the last time y'all heard anything from Neo?
It's a good song. He had that joint with Blue, Young Blue.
I don't know if I listened to that one.
We used it on the intro for one of the pods.
That was a fire song.
It was a good song.
The World Watching?
No. I'm talking about
the joint with Neo.
Okay.
Maybe 6 months ago or something. But yeah, I mean, your point is still the same. Not like Neo's out and about.
Well, for sure. I haven't heard from him.
I did like that song.
Flip.
Yeah, I did like that.
I still did, what's his name? Kid Leroy did a little better, but Fivio actually got Neo to sing on the hook, so it takes it up another level.
Right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, that was fire. I like that.
That was really good.
But yeah, man, all in all, fire album. It's gonna go up. I'm sure it'll do pretty great numbers. A lot of talent on here. Better. And he didn't. What you mean it better? Don't do that.
I'm just saying, it's 1,000 features on here. Like it better stream.
I know you hate the features, having a lot of features, but I feel like it was fitting.
I feel about features.
I feel like it was fitting.
It's a good project overall. Yeah. But you know how I feel about features or heavily or a bunch of features on debut album. I just feel like it kind of, I don't know, it lets you know the level of artist that you're dealing with type shit.
I don't think it's true.
Oh, I think I might kind of like accidentally add to Carl's point, but I'm not trying to. Would you have liked it as much if it was just Fivio?
No.
That's what makes it to your point.
A good album, right?
I agree that I like the features though because of that.
He probably needed it, and that's not a knock on it or anything. So he made it into a good project. Everybody kind of all of the features work from what I've heard. I haven't heard.
It's not that crazy when you get like most of your features to do the hook. That's a different thing than just having like you doing one verse.
There's a lot of verses on here, though, bro. He only rapping one verse on a lot of these tracks.
Maybe like 2 songs got like other 2 verses on it. But that Void and Polo G, 4 doing the hook. Fivio got 2 verses. Polo got a verse.
I didn't even realize he had 2 verses.
I think that's a really good point. That if they're doing hooks and stuff, I don't think that should you know what I'm saying, not count against them as much because it's not taken away from their verses. But I didn't do a verse count on these to see how many had 2 or whatever. But there are a lot of R&B singers just doing hooks on here.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people rapping too. It just is. I mean, let's be real about it. Got a lot of rappers on there as well.
I enjoyed it. I think it was put together very well. I don't think it was oversaturated with features. I think every feature kind of made sense. Besides that Blueface one, but it is what it is. I get it. They Crips on the left side. I see what they was doing. Wasn't one of my favorite tracks on there, but
There ain't no other Crips in the rap game. I
mean there is. But maybe they have some type of
would have rather heard
relationship.
Snoop on there. You should have put Snoop on that shit.
Man.
Maybe they have some type of
That would have
relationship.
been
Who
some
knows?
gold shit right there for him.
You would have hated it if Snoop was on there. You'd have been
brother,
killing.
you don't like-
Why the fuck are you putting
You
Snoop's
don't
old
respect
ass
no
on
old
this?
rappers. So don't even do that. Like
I
you
do,
want to hear
bro.
old
Don't
rapper
even
on
say
here.
that, bro. I do respect them, but
Don't want to hear them.
Sometimes they just lost it. That's fine to say. It's just like you don't want to see Michael Jordan on the basketball court.
Snoop is an icon, man. We're not doing this. We're not going to be disrespecting the icon.
I'm not. I'm just saying. It comes a time for everybody. It sound like you strained your back or something before you started rapping. Like it sound like your hip.
You think he sound old when he raps? He still sound like Snoop.
I don't know. There's something weird about it.
You just don't like listen to aged rappers. I get it.
Motherfucker on oxygen and trying to rap. Like you can't do that.
Nah, man. Snoop out here still getting it, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Did you have any other criticisms?
No, not really. I wonder why he called his kids the Three Stooges. What's up with that? What the fuck? Why the fuck he called his
When did he
kids?
say that?
Y'all ain't hear that part?
No.
No, you always find some funny shit.
What
on
the
this,
fuck
like-
was up with that? I mean, it just stood out. He's like, I got 3 kids, two daughters, 1 son, 3 Stooges. What the fuck you call their kids Stooges? I don't get that.
They were like Little Rascals or something like that.
I mean, it sounds like
Rats.
3 Stooges are stupid.
I'm sure it's because the next line rhymed with Ooges.
I mean, it did. It certainly
There you
did.
go.
It's like, fuck it, I'm just going to call them Three Stooges
There you
because
go.
Three Musketeers doesn't rhyme.
That is weird. Like, do you know what the Three Stooges are?
Yeah, goofballs.
Yeah, they're fucking idiots.
Poking each other in the eye and stuff. That is interesting. I'll have to listen for that bar. Do you
Give him
remember
more
the
credit.
song?
I'm sure like a lot of people don't
It's
know who
early
the fuck
on.
the Three Stooges are.
not
They just thought it
anymore.
was just a line he
Not
said.
anymore.
It's early on. It might be in the Through the Fire song. For real.
We'll listen for it.
It's early on, though. One of those odd things that stuck out to me. But no, other than that, I thought it was a solid project. I think I enjoyed it more than I thought I would, especially opening up. You definitely hear the Kanye influence in the first few tracks there. Mm-hmm. And it just got a little too drill heavy for me on the back end. But, I think it's something I'll definitely listen through again. So it's
Yeah.
not going to be a one and done for me.
Yeah, this.
Fivio winning y'all over. I told y'all he's gonna get y'all some.
I told you I wanted to.
I like Polo G.
I told you I wanted to. I wanted to like this. I don't want to hate this drill rap because it is here.
Yeah.
Like it is going
Here
to
to
be
stay.
around. I don't want to have to hate every song that comes out.
Right. I
hate the
So
Lil
I'm
Yachty
glad they found, of course. The songs I didn't like on here, I knew I wasn't going to like before I listened to them. Blueface, Yachty, Coi Leray.
I don't know how. Oh, really?
That Coi Leray was fire.
I thought
I just
Coi Leray
don't.
did all
I
right.
got a personal thing with her. Like she just annoys the fuck out of me, so I can't even enjoy her music. It doesn't sound
Why
terrible.
does
Don't
she
get me
annoy
wrong.
you, though?
I don't know.
You ain't like you did say that. You ain't like that. What's my name from Flip?
Not
I thought
really.
That shit was fire.
Not really.
I didn't. I mean, I like.
I would give it like a 5 out of 10. I don't hate it, but I was like, I'm good on
I
that
think it's one of them things that's going to spin.
It's gonna go
But
up.
for me,
It's gonna be
I don't
huge.
like those normally. You
It's
know
gonna
what I'm saying?
be
Those are not the
huge.
songs.
We're about to talk about a song next that you love, and it's one of those.
But I'll give you my criticisms regarding that. No, I've acknowledged that as well too. But I think, look, since we were talking about Coi Leray real quick, she dropped an album too, and I haven't listened to all of it. But that's like one of my guilty confessions type shit. Like I actually like her music for some reason. Like I honestly think she provides like artistic value. Like she is giving something to music. Like she almost is like a of course you get the Dej Loaf shit, but it's almost like a female Young Thug ish.
She's a voice very well.
Yeah. But she goes in and out of flows pretty good too, man.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's really cool. Changing up her voice and shit like that, going in and out of flows. And she be like doing something new. And if you really listen to it, she don't just be talking about a bunch of bullshit like, that Meg Thee Stallion thought shit. It's like she actually talks about things that are like struggles within her life and stuff like that too. So I like Coi Leray overall. I can say that comfortably.
Yeah, I have no pushback. I listened to the album last night and I was jamming. I was like, this shit got some bops on it. I'm fucking with
She
this
good for
joint.
that. She good for that. And I think her
jamming.
voice, like, I don't know, that rapper voice shit matters and shit. I like
Of course, she has a drill song with Fivio on it.
Oh, I didn't hear
On the
that.
track list. I think it's like number 4, Mountains. Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of features on there.
They made a trade.
She had a lot, though. It wasn't a lot of features.
Really? I mean, everything I saw was like a feature. I know she
Out
got
of 20 tracks, maybe like, there's a few. There's a few. 20 tracks, it's a long album.
Yeah, I'm not listening to all 20, I'll tell you that. I don't like her that much.
Yeah, I ain't make it all the way there. I made it like halfway
I'll
through.
shuffle through 12 of them and figure out which ones I like.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't have a real good reason to not like her. She had that awful freestyle like back.
Yeah, I wouldn't say she's a fantastic rapper,
Yeah, just,
but as an artist, I do appreciate what she does.
I feel like
if that makes
anytime
sense.
I've seen her, I don't know. It is what it is.
She's
I don't have
silly.
to
I
like.
told you my
Just
views
silly.
on how she.
Yeah,
right.
She's just silly.
She's a little
Anytime I've
kid.
seen her talk, she just sounds so stupid and ignorant and shit. And
But she's not a little kid though. How old is Coi Leray?
I'm sure she's in the early 20s.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking like 22 or something. She's got to be relatively young.
24. So she's
Sound
she's
about
an
right.
adult.
Yeah, for sure.
No, once you're 18, you're adult.
But she got
technically.
that. She
I mean,
got that.
yeah, but I'm just saying, like, I feel like once you're 24, 25, that's like real adult stages where you should be doing.
established.
I think I had that
Right,
conversation
right,
with you
right.
before when we was talking about
We definitely
Yeah,
have.
yeah.
him being a young boy. I'm
Definitely
like,
have.
he's still a kid. He might be 21, 22, but
It'd be a-
he's acting like a
it'd be
kid.
young
out
boy like
here.
23.
Yeah.
This motherfucker got 7 kids. We just talked about that adding 7 years to your.
Yeah, he's
this
like
motherfucker
60, bro. So old man.
Easily.
What else dropped? 42 Doug ESTG album dropped. That shit hard.
They dropped an album together?
Dude, that shit hard.
I missed that. I didn't
Oh,
see
man.
that. I probably
They've
listened
been
to
like
that one.
like
dropping a
10
couple
tracks.
singles last couple weeks.
I seen it had a single out already.
They had like dropped like
10
two
tracks or
of.
something, wasn't it?
Called Thump Shit.
Yeah, that's one of the joints. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Damn, that shit.
Oh, this is one of the tracks. What's the
2017?
Oh, Last One's Left. That's a tight little.
There's some hard shit on there. You know, I fuck with ESTG heavy. 42 Doug a little bit, but so yeah, it's hard.
I can imagine this being pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna check that out.
It'd be some good music to ride down to Charlotte to. It should be
Yeah,
rocking.
yeah. I'm gonna check a couple of those out for sure.
That shit's solid. Vince Staples dropped his album. Thought that shit was pretty decent. I liked the few singles he had dropped the last few weeks.
I've tried a lot of times to get into events. That just doesn't work for me.
Right.
Yeah.
You didn't like that album he dropped last year?
I don't even know if I listened to it, to be
That shit
honest.
was hard.
I can tell you, I've listened to very little Vince Staples in my life.
I'm sure. I fuck with Vince though.
He was one that it just didn't click with me. When he was like first coming up, everybody was like, yo, when they're naming all the new artists that are fired, like, yo, Vince Staples, you got to check that out. And I'll listen to it and be like, I don't like it that much. I don't get it.
Yeah.
So I didn't continue to follow because I figured if I didn't like it when everybody thought he was at his best, when somebody first comes out is usually when you catch on to him.
Yeah, he's never really had like one of them joints. But he's
a weird dude.
Following him, his songs like get like crazy placements. Like, I think I seen in the interview he was talking about he got like one of his songs is like one of the themes for like the World Cup. He had a lot of bad placements in like big ass Marvel
That's
movies
super
and
weird.
shit. So
Yeah,
it's
that's
like
the craziest
when
shit
you get
about
those
music
type of places
sometimes,
with
yeah.
your songs, it's like it don't matter if it went platinum. Like
Super
I got
weird.
mad bread with this shit being on this Marvel movie.
and then,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
and then that's the shit where people they just learn the song and then don't even realize like,
who
where
it
they know
is.
that shit from or who it is, but doesn't even matter. at
he
that
was
point.
saying, like, as long as I get a couple of those every year, I get stupid checks for those placements. Y'all ain't got to know the song.
Because the movie gonna spin.
That makes
you know what I'm
sense.
saying?
Yeah,
Every
yeah.
time somebody play that shit, he get paid. So hey,
Yeah, it works.
and that's way more than the album would sell, probably.
For sure.
Like I said, he can do that shit and still nobody knows who the fuck Vince Staples is. That's fine if that's what he wants to do. Like, and
Yeah, I
you
think
can make
that's
plenty of money off of it.
definitely
But
his
it's
vibe.
different conversations when it comes to that. Like,
It doesn't make much sense to me why he
shit in
could
perspective.
get those and not be popular though. Like when I listen to his music, I think his music is weird. Like it's odd.
Well,
he has a very different style to him than most everything else you listen to, from what I've heard.
Yeah.
So it makes sense to me why he's not popular. But it's odd that weird style would be so fitting in movies and random World Cup or whatever it is that you had mentioned.
I think it's intentional.
I don't know how that works. It's just odd to me. I don't have a point really. It just doesn't make much sense. Why is it?
Well, I don't know if it's intentional or it's just people just randomly pick stuff up and start using it. It's all
like you say, it's not popular, so it's not like they would just find that song.
Well,
he has to go shop the song for these placements.
Like, I mean, maybe, but it's like the Roy Jones Jr. shit. Like, motherfuckers don't even know that he made that one song. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Motherfuckers don't even know that's him.
When will these niggas
You know what I'm saying?
He has some joints though.
And people love that shit. Like, people love those old games and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, people love that shit. People don't even know that that's Roy Jones Jr. type shit, but it is. Like, he got technically a hit out there.
That's wild.
He got a couple of them.
You didn't know that shit,
Body
did you?
Head.
Nah, I didn't.
That's fucking a boxer.
Smoke. I drink. I'm supposed to stop, but I can't.
No way.
that?
That's Roy Jones too.
Oh, is that him?
Yeah, that's him. It was part of his album.
Get out of
That
here.
is him.
Yeah. He had a couple
Yeah,
joints.
he had a
bro.
couple
joints.
You like, yo, why'd you stop rapping?
I mean, hey, man, we just felt like doing it for a second.
What?
His mind
Why you
is blown.
stop rapping?
This is nuts. This whole pod is worth it just to find this out.
That's wild, right?
This is crazy.
I know that was Roy Jones. That's
Hell
Roy Jones,
no.
bro.
But
That's
I
nuts.
guess that's how this should be working. It's just be fucking like.
All right, there's no smooth comeback into the pod. We've had mad fucking technical issues, and we're back. I'm sorry. It's fucking annoying. Roy Jones. He's a rapper now. Who the fuck knew?
He had a couple joints.
Yeah, I mean,
Shout out to Roy, man.
I hate fucking Garage Band. Piece of shit. So, what other new songs came out yesterday?
Lil Baby
Lil Baby.
dropped a couple tracks.
Couple singles. Album on the way, obviously.
What are the titles here?
Right On.
Right On, which is like the typical Lil Baby type song.
That's
I
the
like
Pound
that.
Cake joint.
No. The Pound Cake joint.
In a minute.
In a minute?
Yeah. And that,
In it.
I like both of them a lot. I really like Right On. I think more than the other one, but both of them I think are solid tracks. Though.
Do they sound pretty similar?
No, completely different.
I don't remember neither
Both
one
sound
of
like
them.
Baby tracks.
Yeah, but I mean different vibes.
That's what you do.
Completely different vibes. That Pound Cake sample one or whatever is like a more mellow kind of, and then the other one's more like a turned
I've
up.
heard Baby do that vibe.
I'm just saying those two tracks
that's what I
compared
meant.
to each other.
I listened to both of them. I liked both of them. I don't really remember anything specific. He does kind of fall into that category where I like a lot of his music, but I couldn't tell you what songs or
Differentiate the songs,
there's a lot of similarities between songs. I think the flow just stays the same all the time.
Yeah, he be talking this shit though. I ain't bad at.
Yeah, I
Two
mean,
nice tracks.
He's rapping.
I fuck with Lil Baby, you know, on another level. So
So the repetitiveness don't affect you when you fuck with him. I get it.
no, I mean, I don't think it's necessarily repetitive. I think he does have he got his Lil Baby type flow, I guess, but I think he makes an effort to switch it up here and there. So I mean, I just overall like him as an artist.
Yeah, it's all. Songs is tough.
The new Hove.
Not that, but sure, he could be your hoe.
We can
He could be your hoe. That's fine.
we could go there though. We could go there next.
Oh, your neck and wrist don't lie.
Push T, Pharrell, and Jay.
Solid track, man. They was in there talking their shit. I feel like at this point, Push and Hove gotta give us like a little EP or something. Give us like a little 7 to 8 tracks.
It would be good.
Throw them out there.
You like that Jay-Z verse?
Because every time, he was talking this shit. Gay phase on love, some shots.
I'm not gonna lie to y'all. It's,
Nice
That
bars.
was
I saw
hard
that. I saw like the right of them.
what'd he say?
He started it off with this phase on more in love. Some. It's a little shot of phase on love. I don't know if you know my phase on love in the past. He been interviewed shit.
He been talking about shit about everybody. He's a hater.
He a big
That's
hater,
a hater
bro.
for real.
Big
Now he
hater.
stays on
Big
camera.
Worm is a hater for real.
Like I've never in my life heard people like, oh, Jay-Z was lying about being a drug dealer. That shit is
You
lying.
never heard that though?
Not only from phase on love.
Oh, I've heard that several times though.
Oh,
Jay's career. Jazzo said that shit.
I don't know.
So Jay-Z, I mean, a lot of
it's just weird to say now.
A lot of the time, the rapper is not the guy doing the shit. He's the guy who can tell the story the best. It's
a lot of the times.
A lot of the time. It's very rare. I mean, maybe in today's age, it's a little bit different, but I don't know. If the guy was really doing all this shit that he was talking about, he probably would be incarcerated or dead. You know what I'm saying? Type shit. So
unless you stop when you were supposed to stop. I mean, it's pretty documented. In Jay-Z's upcoming, they raised a lot of money to get him in position to do what he did.
Yeah, don't mean that he was the one doing it.
He may not have been him, but he was.
Yeah, right. It was. Right. I mean,
his career is propelled by drug dollars.
I think it's about 60-40 between rappers who actually did it and like,
I think it comes to
rappers who didn't do anything and actually did it. It's probably like 40% of rappers that actually did some of that shit.
It's probably less than that.
Yeah, probably.
It's probably way less than that.
I was thinking about a lot of rappers that I think of today, like Lil Baby. I'm fully convinced he was a drug dealer prior to.
Probably. But it's like, it comes to a point where it's like, all right, your star or your act has to be distanced from that.
Oh, right.
You gotta cut that shit off.
For example, your boy ESTG.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if he was actually in the streets with it.
Why? Because he was a football player? I heard that narrative.
Yeah, my man was at the combine.
I know.
he was at the NFL combine.
I know a lot of athletes that was doing shit.
That's for sure. That's
outside of being an athlete.
That's not out of the realm.
Just because you was an athlete don't mean you.
But bro, you was trying to be an NFL player. I mean, I don't. You know what I'm saying? That don't scream. And there's some NFL players that's in the streets.
What's the narrative to getting out? Sell drugs or shoot some hoops or play sports.
No doubt. But
one or the other, people would be picking like, all right, I gotta get out. I'm gonna play ball. That shit ain't work. I'm in the streets with it.
I'm saying if you look at his image back then compared to now, it's like squeaky clean versus like this hardcore street dude.
I mean, I don't know his past. I just know that people brought up that he was in the NFL combat.
I'm just looking at like pictures and stuff from the past as well too. It's just what it is. It is what it is. But I mean, it's he's not the only one type shit where you can question that. In his past, like I'm not sure if that's actually what he was doing, but that's fine. Everybody needs a storyteller. Everybody is, you know what I'm saying? Like that's what rap really is. It's the guy who can convey it the best and deliver the message. Because all the people that's out there doing it, you don't want to hear them rap about it because they suck. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just the.
It's a good point.
It's just the
everybody ain't got that talent.
Realistic. I mean, there's some questions about Jesus as well too.
I feel like everybody gets questioned.
People do that often. People do that often. I mean, Jesus. Yeah.
Question about Jesus too. I don't think he really sold dope.
I don't think he did it.
This man.
But it's something that you just like Gucci. I feel like Gucci was
Gucci was in the streets.
Gucci was pretty doing that. When you go to jail for a murder charge, you was probably doing some shit in the streets.
Sure. But you can look at Gucci and be like, oh, he was in the streets for real.
But I think that's kind of
old Gucci.
That's kind of what you were saying though. Like it's hard to imagine being in the streets as much as people say they were and like as big as they were. Obviously, I understand they may exaggerate a little bit for music, but if you say you were doing it for 10, 15 years and you were balling and shit, it's just crazy that there wouldn't be like, you wouldn't have jail time. Like a good chunk of it.
Like Rick Ross should have been put away a long time ago.
There's no
Rick Ross is a prime example. I don't even know why he didn't come up in my mind for. He was a correctional
because it's so known.
He said the real Noriega owed about 100 favors. You lying?
No, you're lying.
You fucking lying.
Because he brought him drugs into the prison.
Well, my example behind that is like if you have to use another gangster's name. Then you're not really a gangster.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like you would have used, it would have been Will Rob on the track. You know what I'm saying? Rob, you know what I'm saying? Like,
that ain't bad.
That's what it would have been because it's like my name in the streets ring off. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I don't need to borrow that. Like he used Rick Ross's name because Rick Ross's name is synonymous with selling cocaine, and he built this whole image around that.
It's impressive.
Cool. Right.
He did it right.
Fine. It's kind of fucked up because it's like, you actually owe this man some money, but I think they got like a little long-standing beef and shit. And
of course,
court cases and shit about it.
This motherfucker one of the biggest artists in the world. It's like he was popping, and you using my name. What the fuck is going on?
Yeah, right.
It's kind of hard to imagine like Ross not willingly breaking him off.
You would think that you would
like I know I came up off of you. Let's
putting this motherfucker in music videos and all types of shit. But no, they like at odds because Rick Ross is pretty much saying like, I didn't even know who this guy was. Type shit.
We know.
Like, well, he said like he just randomly came up. People just started calling me that type shit. Gotcha. And I didn't know who Ricky Ross was. Come on, bro.
That's what Ross said?
Pretty much.
I mean,
like,
the fake Ross or the...
Which one would you call him?
Like, the fake Ross or the real Ross?
William Roberts. William Roberts.
Ross is the boss. The other one is Ricky.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
It's fucked up.
And they both from different coasts. Rick Ross was in L.A. Ross was from Miami.
Yeah.
No way they was associated at all.
Right.
Totally different coasts.
Yeah, I mean, guess that's what he's saying.
I mean, but Miami is the cocaine capital, so they say. So, you know, hey, who knows?
I'm sure he's ran across it before. I'm not saying that he has never dabbled in it, but you were not moving keys and shit like that. You just won't.
Probably not.
Because it's like, at what point did you think about becoming a rapper? If you really getting money like this off of cocaine.
When he became Rick Ross.
I don't know. But yeah.
What else we got?
Well, that started with the Jay-Z verse.
It did. Damn, what happened? Shit.
Yeah, Jay's verse, I like, when he raps, I mean, his pen is ridiculous.
This is stupid.
Like, I saw the thing, I think you had tweeted it or liked it or retweeted it or something about those Phase on Love bars.
Yeah.
And the whole breakdown was like, damn, I definitely wouldn't have caught some of this. So I was very impressed with the rap or whatever, but I didn't care for the song that much. I didn't like the way it sounded. It was so slow tempo and stuff. Yeah. I probably won't listen to it much anymore. Yeah. And it catches the usual, my always problem, the usual Jay drops a verse and everybody loses their mind.
As they should.
TDE, what's his name?
Punch.
Yeah, like he went nuts.
Yeah.
He went nuts like this is the greatest verse I've ever heard.
See, I
just don't get it.
I mean, I know Jay-Z.
Mediocre rap.
What?
He had said about mediocre rap. He's like, we got to stop accepting this mediocre rap.
No. Well, I mean, I agree with he said, like, he is the GOAT, not one of.
Oh, I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that.
Because he reminds us every year, like, he'll do a verse like this. It's like, oh, this motherfucker 50 plus years old and doing all these businesses, he's a billionaire. He's still like, his pen is getting better. It's kind of ridiculous at this point.
Well, it's not a pen, but
his brain is getting better with the rhymes.
Well, to me, I haven't been impressed by a Jay-Z verse in a long time, and I know he be getting his shit off, but to me, it's just like, it's the same fucking flow he's been using for the last 15 years.
That's not true.
It is, bro. Jay-Z's been rapping the same since he got to old Jay-Z to like GOAT Jay-Z. It's the same shit to me.
This one was totally, both of them sounded like they did weird flows.
I never heard Jay-Z flow like that before.
I didn't care for this flow.
This slow ass flow, that's kind of how he been. I don't know. To me, it sounded like the same shit.
The words he comes up with are crazy. That still blows my mind on almost every verse. But I do know what you're saying, that when I hear him rap now, I don't think like, wow, that's the greatest rap. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying he's not. I do think he's the greatest rapper.
More than anything than like rapish.
He's great with how he uses his words.
Right. And that's always been the case. But I'm waiting for him to jump in his bag again and like give me a motherfucking.
You're looking for like a hungry 25-year-old.
Yeah, I mean,
it's just I'm with you. That's what I want too. Right. But I think we just got to get out. That's not going to be the case. He is 50. He is not hungry.
He sounds too relaxed.
Yeah, I agree.
I can't.
When you get a beat, you probably would chill
for sure. But you know, like I identify that's the reason why I don't really like a lot of West Coast music, is because it's like that shit, they rap too laid back for me. And so like that's kind of how it is with Jay-Z recently as well too. It's like I can respect it, but I don't necessarily like it.
Kodak's flow is pretty laid back on a lot of tracks.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know about that.
I'm not going to challenge you on Kodak knowledge because I can't speak.
He has a real lazy type flow.
But super lazy flow on a lot of songs.
Yeah, but it's like
I think it may be because of the slur of his words, so it's all like drags together.
Yeah, I do think that.
I don't want to get into a Kodak debate.
Yeah, I don't either.
Because we can start all day.
Yeah, I know. Why are we bringing him up when we're talking about the guys?
That's on me. That's on me.
You know better. But Kodak switches up his flow so much, like verse to verse. Like he could, like when Wayne said that shit, I got so many styles, I could be a group. Like that's Kodak type shit. Like no verse is the same ever, or
Yeah, I
no
remember
flow
like
is the
5
same
years
ever.
ago, you said Kodak was the next Wayne, and I still think it's bullshit to say. But
Oh,
it
he
what
is
it
that.
And we're getting in too deep. We're
Yeah, I
getting
know.
in too
My
deep.
bad. My bad. Shout out to Hove.
We got
Pusha,
new Hov,
album
we got
coming.
new
What was
Wayne.
did you have a take on this one?
The song as a whole, like it's not like a vibe. Like the beat is kind of mundane, so to speak. But I think it was more so about just the shit that they was talking in their verses, which was fire.
Yeah.
It was next level to me. So I appreciate it.
Let's get into the other controversial within our podcast verse.
What's up?
The J. Cole joint.
Oh, London with Bia.
Have you heard any songs from B.I.B.L.E before?
I heard it on the Russ joint.
That song with Russ, yes.
And that song is fire. That was huge.
That's
Like
the
the
only
way
song
she
y'all heard from her?
She's not British.
She's not British?
I didn't know that. But no, she
I don't
has,
know what she is.
She has another song
She's
that's
like
been on the
Puerto
radio
Rican.
for a long time.
I don't know. I may know it. The only one I know of is that
What
she like the way she was.
no, it's I forgot what it's called. I'm not to see it, but it's
a joint right there.
Maybe can't touch this.
So fire. But on that song, like she doesn't have any accent.
Yeah.
So I looked her up. She's Puerto Rican, I believe, is what I found. She's American, or she's born here. Like I don't understand why the two of them decided to do this like British accent.
Whole lot of money.
I probably know it.
It's been on the radio for a long time.
Yeah, I'm sure I know it. I don't know it by name, but
They play that shit.
I know
all
her
the
name.
fucking time.
Yeah, I feel like I see her a lot in features and certain singles and shit.
Here and there.
pretty good.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't think she can rap, but she makes some little catchy tunes.
I didn't like her part of the song at all. I thought it was actually really bad. I was dying to get to the Cole verse just so I could hear it.
Yeah, I agree.
That was
I agree.
trash.
That shit is definitely just going to be like clipped off. And
Yeah.
you know what I'm
Yeah, I
saying?
might edit
The
it.
beat was stupid hard though. I think
did
it's
like
a
it.
hard ass beat.
I did like it. I thought Cole killed it though.
Yeah, he bodied that, bro.
The whole song, like I almost looked at as like a funny song.
Yeah.
Because I know neither one of them to have an accent and like they were rapping outrageous type shit. And even like, you know, when they're rapping about Crocs and stuff, just so
Yeah.
they could use
Shoot
the
up the
accent.
ox
Like it
in
was
my
kind of
Crocs.
funny.
Got
But I thought he killed it.
my trainers. He was getting a lot of British shit off. I fuck with that. How he was playing with them words.
And then the goofy shit at the end where he's talking, he's like talking about the Queen of England and stuff.
Yeah,
And,
yeah,
like
yeah.
I just thought it was a funny song, but
Yeah.
you thought it was garbage.
Yeah, you said
I don't wanna put words
the
in your
song
mouth.
is ass.
The song is whack.
What you said?
I don't hate that take.
But I have changed my stance on the J. Cole.
Oh, good, good.
Are we
I'll change
changing
my
stance?
stance.
Are we
Good,
pivoting
good,
right
good.
now?
Yeah, I mean, I went back and listened to it. I mean, and
He murdered that.
He did. He really did.
technically, like technique wise, there's no flaw in it. He fucking killed
really
it. He
wasn't.
got what he said. It's no limit. I should have a fucking tank on my pendant. He was killing.
He was
the
getting that shit
He
off.
was killing it.
Blowing
But
the
you
top
go both
off,
ways.
volcanic.
See, I don't care for that part.
Yeah, he didn't
as
like him
much.
talking about popping his ops.
I didn't like that. I just like
That bar was fire. The bar was fire.
he opportunistic. Like he was, you know, spitting some words and stuff. But it's like I follow D from J. Cole a lot.
Why you
But-
trying to put this
but
man in a box?
It didn't matter. It didn't matter. Ultimately, I think, like I said, technique wise, and you know how I feel about content overall. I don't care. It's about how you do it, and he did it super well. And I think when I first listened to it, I didn't have my headphones in. I was trying to listen to it through my phone real quiet. And I'm
you
like,
can never do that.
That
You
won't
never
it.
do that.
But I think he killed it. I'm not gonna say that it was not the best J. Cole verse I've ever heard.
Right,
shit like
right,
that,
right.
But it certainly wasn't garbage.
I'm glad
It
you
was
changed
good.
that because I was really committed to call you a super hater with Cole right now. You really flipped on Cole and I understand it.
I love J. Cole, bro. I love J. Cole, but I mean, I'm gonna be honest. There's been J. Cole verses that I haven't cared for before, and I mean, I can nitpick a little bit. There's some spots in that verse that I can do without, but ultimately, he did kill it.
Sure. I mean,
kill
you
it.
could do that with anybody. I feel like you specifically can nitpick and find something wrong with everybody. That's just what you be trying to do.
I mean, not everybody. But I mean, yeah, everybody has flaws. That's like,
Exactly. Everybody gonna be
for
perfect.
Nobody's a perfect rapper or artist or anything like that. So yeah, everybody has flaws. So
But very
Why not?
exceptional verse from Cole. He went crazy.
I'm a critic when it comes to
I
rap.
just want to hear them. I want to hear one of them explain why they did this. I'm just curious.
It is like a very random song. I think I
Very
seen
random
Cole
pairing.
put a post and he was like going crazy about it. I think he said she had played him the song a few months prior before he was on it. And he was really like fucking with the song, like heavy. He thought that shit was crazy. And then I guess eventually she ended up sending Joe with an open verse, like, could you do it? And he just snapped on it. So he obviously, he really loved the song a lot. I don't know why he liked it without him on it, but.
right.
I mean, I guess he really liked the song a lot. That's why he went off like he did. But, you know, he gave a lot of praise to her. I guess he caught a vibe with her. I get it.
No doubt.
What about your boy Jack Harlow?
First class. Good flip. Shout out Fergie.
It was a good
That's
flip.
the most fire sample I've heard of 2022, dog.
Oh, wow.
That's a lot.
Big praise.
For sure, bro. That shit is hard. Like I said, the verse or the rapping to me, very average.
It was.
Pretty average. But the song is going to ring off. That shit's a hit.
Yeah, it's up.
That's a hit.
When I heard the clip a couple weeks ago and he was just playing the hook, I was like, oh, it's up. As soon as it come out, that shit is up.
And I'm not changing my stance on this man. That boy Baby Drake rapping. That's baby rapping Drake right there.
Every time you say it, I forget that you've said that, and I forgot to listen like for that. I've never heard it myself. Well,
I don't think he raps as well as Drake, but his tone of voice, I can see why.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
The tone of voice that he uses on songs, I get it.
It's that, you know, I don't know. It's because Drake's not white, but he is. So it's like it's that. It's that. That's what it is.
Got white mama. He close enough.
Yeah.
He Jewish.
Right. They both are, right?
I don't know.
Jack Harlow got to be Jewish.
I think you just think that because he got curly hair.
Yeah,
I do.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
You're a racist.
I don't know. He's from Kentucky. He's from Kentucky.
Jewish,
I don't know. I don't know if it's a lot of Jewish people in
Jews in
Kentucky.
Kentucky.
It just seems like it doesn't match up.
Dog, he Jewish for real, bro. I got to look
Carl
this shit
thinks
up
he's
now.
Jewish because he got curly hair, and most thinks he's not Jewish because he's from Kentucky.
Hey, I'm just trying to piece it all together, man. Whatever makes sense. He might be, though. Who knows?
I'm looking this shit up now. And the first thing that came up was jewelry, so I don't think he's Jewish.
Jewelry?
I typed in Jew and it came up with jewelry, so I don't think he is.
Check his name. Check his real name.
Oh, is that what it is?
Is it real name Jack
Go to
Harlow?
Wikipedia. I assume not. But
Maybe not.
Real name. Let's see. It's Jackman Thomas Harlow.
This is his real name.
I don't think that that's Jewish.
Yeah, it don't sound Jewish.
I'm not an expert on names, but it's not an overtly Jewish name.
Jackman is a wild
Jackman is
name.
wild. Hugh. Maybe he's got a little British in him.
Maybe.
You could jump on that Be a remix.
Oh, well, I guess not. But I definitely thought that because he had curly hair. Definitely thought that shit.
That's funny.
Interesting.
Shout out to Jack, man. It's up, man. Another one up.
Were you initially before I said we don't want that? Were you initially serious about Glamorous being a white classic?
I think it's a white classic. That was a pretty huge record.
That's wild.
I think it's a white classic. But you denied it.
Yeah.
You said it's not shouldn't be a part of that.
No.
So,
we denounced that. I like the song. Don't
What
get
would
me
be
wrong.
considered a white classic to you, though? Anything with air drums? That you could play the air drums?
No, but now that you say air drums, yeah, Phil Collins in the air tonight.
Yeah,
for sure.
Phil
That's
Collins is
a definite
one.
one. What's her name? The do-do-do-do-do-do.
Yeah, right.
That's
Yeah,
one.
that's
Like
quality.
the bar has to be higher for a white classic
I get
than
you.
just a good song that a white person had.
And then ultimately, black people like the shit too. So
That is,
to make it a white classic, right?
I don't
think
know.
that might have something to do with it. If it crosses over to us and we love it, it might solidify it.
That might be a good point. That might be a good point. I hesitate to let y'all be the definition of
white classic.
because y'all don't like when we do that shit. But
I mean, that's what they say when we cross over, when the white people start liking that shit. They say we big time now. I don't know if we call it the classic.
what's
Maybe the classic
what's a
thing.
black classic? Like I think Nuck If You Buck.
That's for sure. I mean, that's a ratchet classic.
What
That's
else?
a hood
That's
classic.
a hood classic. That might be the same as black classic, though. I'm not sure.
I'm not saying that. That's not what Andrew
What
said.
I be arrogant is saying like all music is black. Yes,
Yes,
Yeah, I mean,
sir. Yes,
it's
sir.
hard
We-
for me to
we the
distinguish
stem of it
that.
all.
So this is why you think Glamorous is a white classic. Y'all, I don't think classic means much to y'all.
No, it does. I see what you're saying, but it's like
It's got to be like some JBP song. I'm just going blank right now. Outstanding.
Check your legs. Oh, outstanding.
Outstanding. Like
that's a classic.
that's a black classic.
Yeah, that's facts.
I don't even know it.
What?
Don't
Get the
know
fuck
what
out of here.
Shut
You
up,
know
bro.
Outstanding.
Shut up, bro.
Outstanding.
You don't know Outstanding?
By who?
The Gap Band?
Who?
Outstanding.
Oh, yeah, that's a great song.
I'm gonna say, what are you talking about? You was about to, yo.
Oh, okay.
Yo, no way you don't know that shit.
I thought you were talking about Joe Budden.
Nah,
They use
I see
it
how
on
that's
the podcast
confusing.
a lot whenever they have like a down topic. They do that to bring up the
fuck
energy.
me up.
Yeah,
I'm like,
that's
what the
my
fuck?
bad. That's my bad.
Pump it up. That's about it. That's not a classic.
That's my bad.
Mini Man.
Pump It Up is a classic, right?
Mini Man. That is a black classic.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Definitely crossed over.
Yeah.
Crossed over.
Little white kids out there singing Mini Man to this day.
Ain't nobody ever wished death on them.
You're right.
Some of themselves.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good. We might have to talk about that more in depth sometime.
Yeah, we could deep dive.
have to come up with like a list of our favorite. I'm very interested to hear y'all's favorite white classics, but we need like time to be able to put into
You already
that.
know
Can't
how I
just be
give it up.
off the top.
You already know I give it up. I got a long list of
I was
classics.
shocked when I found out about some of yours. Some of the like the Linkin Parks that you were vibing on. I was like, yo, I never knew this.
It was a vibe, bro. It was.
I told you what mine is. It's Who Was Stank.
That blew my mind too. That's
That
a good
shit's
one.
a fire
Great
song.
song. That Papa Roach. Y'all seem to get down with that joint.
I got a lot, man.
Yeah, we got some good music. But,
MGK trying to bring rock back.
did we ever really talk about that?
We did.
That album?
We did.
All right, so
I didn't listen to it. So.
we talked like before we recorded the week that it came out or something. I hadn't listened to it at all.
Yeah.
MGK is annoying as fuck.
Right.
I really don't like him at all. That album is really good.
It's not bad.
It's really good.
bad.
It's some super weird punk heavy,
Real punk
not
heavy
a
shit.
ton of rap, but obviously has a lot of rap features on there. Young Thug's on it, Lil Wayne multiple times, but it sounds really cool.
Yeah.
with the punk vibe. I
see what he's doing.
He's got something.
And he's selling records. He's big off that
Yeah,
shit.
I mean, he's like I said, he got his fan base, and they rock with him for sure. But like you said, it's just that's one of the people. I'm a product guy. And I always tell you, like I separate. I just don't like him so much.
Nah, me neither, man.
I just like the person he is.
Just seems like such an asshole.
Yeah.
At all the time.
But,
I can see that's his nature. Yeah.
If I hear a song and I like it, I will play it regardless. But I just haven't seen it come out, or you just don't really hear his music anywhere necessarily, like randomly. Anyway, to me,
it's our demo.
Nah,
Oh, we're his demo.
he started to get songs on the radio now with this stuff, but before that, he wasn't like somebody you were going to hear on the radio either. So I don't know. Yeah,
Because that rap shit wasn't working for him. Like he felt like kind of strong with that rap shit, so he was like, "Fuck it, I'm going straight punk rock on y'all."
yeah, like two or three.
he went Kid Rock, right?
Essentially, you can say
Kid
that.
Rock path.
Yeah.
Essentially,
Or was Kid Rock always rock?
Kid Rock was more rock and dabbled in a few hip hop type things.
MGK came out as a straight rapper.
Yeah,
straight rapper.
Signed a bad boy.
Diddy.
Yeah, signed a bad boy.
that is wild. I forgot about that. He ended up doing that Netflix
He's
movie.
the one that survived, though. We gotta give him some more credit. We gotta give this motherfucker some
What
more
you mean that
credit.
survived? What you mean because he's still alive?
Survive P Diddy.
I know exactly
Who the
what you
fuck
meant.
else has a career after signing to P Diddy?
I knew exactly what you meant. As
During
soon
that
as you
same
said
time,
it.
Fresh Montana was signed with Bad Boy, so he survived it too.
okay.
Oh yes, but he
Okay.
still is. I thought.
I don't think
Or he's still
I don't
affiliated
think Diddy
somehow.
has nobody on his label right now. I don't think he'll give a fuck about music.
Probably not.
I think he released everybody.
French is a good response. So yeah, so many went to die over there.
Yeah, seriously, careers are dead. This motherfuckers from Danny Kane still begging for a track right now. And what was the other Day 26?
Day 26.
Yeah.
But
Making
those
a
is like
band.
groups. Groups break up. Groups
Yeah.
will break up.
Well, none of them even came out.
King Los went over there.
King Los was signed with him. King Los never popped though. Even though he
Never.
can
God,
fucking rap
man.
his ass
My
off.
man can't even get a feature on somebody's album. You think that would be dope?
Right. Like some
Like this is just
some
your
bar
range,
rapper.
just a verse. Just give me a 16. He can't even get that.
I mean, I see he be getting that shit out. That's what he be doing all the time on IG, sending out features and shit for people. So that's why I guess that's how he makes his money now.
He's battle rapping now.
He can still rap his ass off. That motherfucker.
He
can
always
rap.
could though. Like he can rap different.
Yeah, that
Ridiculous.
motherfucker can rap for days.
Like,
just
could-
freestyle
he
for
could
like
he could really freestyle. though.
for like 10, 15
Yeah.
minutes, switching up flows and topics.
I was
and
gonna
shit.
say he might be the best freestyler I've seen.
Yeah, he went nuts.
I don't know, man. I think
One of the best.
because him, I think he got like some bars planned and shit. The best freestyler is Juice.
I mean, look,
Juice World.
What he did is ridiculous. Where he could just rap for an hour, freestyling. Like that's nuts.
It's like no. But Juice WRLD is not touching King Los and freestyle.
I'm not. What are you I think a lot of what I'm saying is I'm thinking a lot of Los's shit is scripted.
Well, Los would go on Sway and do the thing where they're tossing him topics.
Yeah, and he'll just go on for like 5 minutes.
He may have bars that he knows he can fit into certain situations or something. I don't know freestyling like that, but they're switching topics every 15 seconds.
It's impressive.
Retarded.
Not many can do that.
I mean, Juice WRLD in another world. I mean, I see some of this shit. So he would get some bars off too. Would he be in his bag and shit? And you know, it's like a legit freestyle.
You know, I'm a Juice guy. I'm borderline stan. But
I'm impressed though.
His bars are. There's a watered down bar that we're holding.
Well, it's like
we're saying he's a mumble rapper, and what he came up with was pretty good for him. Well, Los is like, wow, that shit blew my mind.
Just came that off the top of your head. Like, how did you think of that right there?
I think it's a bit of believable for the Los shit. I think that shit is.
So you just don't believe you come off the top with it.
Some of that shit I think is scripted. That's all I'm saying. Like I know. I think he's prepared.
How else could he prove it to you other than taking random topics and just going in?
I don't know. I don't know what happened behind the scenes or anything like that.
You don't know that with Juice neither, though. Like it doesn't. You don't have a thing that you're looking at to say his is not.
I don't know. Like I mean,
other than it's just too good
for somebody. Like I don't know. People. Like I used to freestyle a ton, and it's almost like it sounds different when somebody freestyles and when somebody when you know it's like organized rap and shit like that. For the most
somebody
part,
gets to be better at freestyling than you.
Somebody, it certainly could be possible. It certainly could be possible. I'm not saying it's not. And I know people I've gotten out bars in like a freestyle session before too, and this shit came out of fucking nowhere. But when it come, I'm like, I surprised myself type shit. Like, oh shit, we might need to stop right there. I don't know. It just seems like it's a little bit more prepared, or at least he has bars in his head where like Juice WRLD, to me, he's just like literally coming off the cuff with the shit. Like he don't know what he gonna say next, is randomly blurting out. And I could be,
but there's different levels to that. It could still all be coming off the top of your head. Just what comes off the top of your head is better than somebody else.
That's possible.
That's what I think King Los is.
It's certainly possible.
His shit that comes off his head is like, yo, shit. Like nobody would have thought that you was gonna rhyme that with that and put this with that.
Well, what I would say is, why would you ever write if it was him? Is he ever writing his bars? Like, why would you ever? If you could freestyle that well, why would you ever put a pen to paper type shit?
Because it's different than making a song.
Ridiculous.
Making a song is different than freestyling.
Obviously not for him because it ain't working out that well.
We know a lot of people that can rap insane bars that nobody wants to listen to. He uses too many big words and stuff. But I was saying like, why would you write? Because his writing is even more ridiculous. Just because you can freestyle that good, why not put in effort?
You know what I mean?
It's two different
crafts. It hasn't worked out for him. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
Like,
and that
maybe he should try that approach of freestyling the song.
He's never going to be popular. Now he's on like real weirdo shit.
Yeah.
But
for sure.
I've seen him stumble and stuff. Not stumble, but just
maybe I got to see those, and then I'll be like more convinced that
there's one specific Sway video.
So he has to mess up before you believe it. He had to mess up a little bit.
I mean, look, rap is rap, but like, you know, it's a fine line between freestyling and like actual freestyling nowadays. Sure. Like when we were coming up, like when a motherfucker used to freestyle, we were expecting the shit to be, you know, literally off the top. But then you've come out to find like later on, very few and like rare, far in between rappers do that shit. You be like, oh, I heard this verse on this album, or you know that you know what I'm saying? Like it's just, that's all I'm saying is that a lot of people do it like, or a lot of it is organized rap, and I get that because that's what you get paid for. Like you don't get paid to freestyle, but I can genuinely say when I listen to Juice WRLD freestyle, it might not like be the best rap in the world, but it's a genuine freestyle type shit. So that's just how I perceive it. But I could be incredibly wrong, and he might be the best freestyler that ever fucking walked this earth, and that's just is what it is.
He's up there, I would say.
I think so.
What else do we got?
Couple more songs.
What you got?
Yay Not Crazy, Joyner Lucas. Did you hear that?
Did I listen to that? I think I might have listened to it, but not really pay attention when I played it.
I got.
How you feel about it?
I don't know. It seemed like, Joyner does his thing.
Yeah.
He raps very well over it and stuff, and obviously the whole song is pointed at the stuff going on with Kanye, and he's kind of holding him down, got his back and stuff. With Joyner, he seems so, I don't know what the right word is, but it just seemed to me like this might be a way to try to get Kanye on his side to help him out.
I think, I can see what you're saying right there. I think Joyner
It's a little gimmick.
Tries to latch on to whatever's popping at the time and make a song out of it.
I think that's what
and
I'm trying to say.
it's very obvious.
Yeah.
I'm going to do a Lil Baby song. I'm going to do a Lil Durk song because they were having the greatest year ever. I'm going to do a Joe with J. Cole because he just put out an album, man, one of his greatest feature years ever.
Is he taking L's right now?
It's like he latches on to whatever's hot in the game and tries to do a record around it or with them. And it's like, all right, bro, like, you can tell he's still trying to find himself. Yeah, he thinks like if I latch on to one of these songs, I'm gonna get a hit out of it, and it's not necessarily worked out like that.
I think the fucked up thing is to him, like he already found himself, but you try to like reject it.
What, by making the videos and shit?
Like like that's he should be. I thought he should put out a video album.
Yeah.
Right.
This is what you should do.
He did discard that altogether.
Like this is your lane, bro. Like embrace that shit.
Yeah.
Cause I mean he can make good music off of it, but that's what people want. Like you painting pictures. Like you should continue to do that.
Right.
Well, I don't think we ended up talking about this on here. I think we just ran out of time. But like 2 or 3 weeks ago, whatever festival it was for, he apparently like found out he was on this festival flyer. It was one of the big ones, like Lollapalooza or something like that. Found out he's on the flyer and he sees his name was down towards the bottom. So he starts saying on Twitter that he never agreed to this contract or whatever. He's not going to be there. And then starts making a bigger deal about why would my name be so low in little tiny letters? And then he like started taking shots specifically at MGK, who is one of the headline people at the time.
Right.
And it's just
he took
like
an L for that one.
Yeah, you look stupid because honestly, I like your music, but you're not that big.
Yeah.
So there is a reason why you're down in the lower part. I hate MGK, but dude is blowing up right now and doing crazy
he deserves
numbers.
To be the headliner.
There's a reason why he's up there.
MGK did 100K his first week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a different level, bro.
So I thought he looked really stupid then. And then to quickly after that come up with this Yay Not Crazy. And like, I just felt like it was like a way to try to get past the dumb shit he had just done and jump on Kanye train. And, maybe if I do this song, he sees it. He's like, yo, I want to work with Joyner. Like, it just felt like a play to try to get some help.
A little thirsty.
Thirsty is a good word for it.
I think, like I said before, Joyner is Waleing himself without the Wale catalog.
Yeah, I agree.
It's like Wale will react because he has shit to stand on. Like, I got all these hits, platinum records, all these Billboard top #1 hits. Joyner has none of that. But he's demanding this, I'm one of the best in the game, respect. It's like, you have nothing to prove to say that you're that, bro. You ain't there. You're not there. So you complaining as somebody is still trying to make it in or make yourself relevant in the situation. And everybody always talk about is how you complain about shit.
Yeah.
And it's not a good look.
There's a lane for him, man. You got to embrace his talents. That's it.
I agree.
Stop trying to run away from that shit and doing what everybody else doing. That's not the wave.
Yep.
Just wow.
Last two I got. Last week I didn't get to listen to that Dreamville album until I just did last night. Mm-hmm. Pretty underwhelmed, to be honest with you. There's a lot of good rapping on there and stuff, but I think the problem with these projects are I don't care about most of these dudes.
Right.
Even if they rap well, there's only a couple of Dreamville artists I actually like to listen to. So you get a project of 15 songs, I probably like 3 or 4 of them.
Right.
And the rest I discard and probably will never listen to again. So pretty underwhelmed with that. And if you were as well, check out that Denzel Curry that came out that same week. I guess it was 2 Fridays ago now. Mm-hmm. I've been listening to him more, and he's a weird dude. Some of his songs are kind of out there. You may not like all of them, but he's got some joints on there. And that one with Black and JID was fire. And that T-Pain one that we used for the intro last week was crazy. Yeah. But that whole album is really good. Those are the only 2 that I wanted to comment on from last week.
Talented, man. It's a lot of fire, man.
sure.
A lot of fire this week. It was good shit. Gunplay dropped the album. I ain't really get to it yet. I thought it was really random. I had a
about
Gunplay.
that,
Gunplay fan.
I fuck with Gunplay.
I like some of it.
I fuck with Gunplay.
I mean, Bible, what was it? Bible on the Dash.
On the Dash. That was
He got some fucking fire songs
got some
back in the
joints.
day, bro. Like where Gunplay is underrated as far as rapping wise or whatever. Like he got
I think he's rated where he's supposed to be.
Well, I'm just saying, like,
I ain't gonna say he's underrated. He's where he's supposed to be.
I'm not saying he's like some lyrical miracle or even a dude who got a bunch of flows, but the shit is hard.
He raps well. I love that
shit is
song. What was
hard.
that joint with Kendrick? Like cartoon something? Cartoon. That song
Cartoons of
was-
cereal.
That song was fire.
Yeah.
I fuck with that song a lot.
I kind of put him like not in pop. I'm gonna just see if this makes sense to you. Kevin Gates, where he's not like the greatest lyrical rapper, but he does have better rapping ability than most of the people that talk the shit that he does.
Kevin Gates is better than him.
Agreed, 100%.
Yeah.
Just that kind of category. I don't know. I think he should rap with M.A.C. I don't know if that makes sense neither, but that just popped in
That'd
my
be a
head.
nice little pairing.
I feel like the two of them could kill it
I
together.
want to say him and Mozzie have put out projects together. I think I've
Maybe
listened
that's
to
where
them.
that thought came from.
Yeah, they've put out a couple projects
Okay.
together. Yeah.
I like the pairing. It seems to make sense.
Yeah.
That's a
I'm
wild.
pretty
dude,
sure
for
about
real.
that.
Oh yeah,
Gunplay is a wild dude. Like
Nuts.
that's one rapper. He ain't faking. Let me tell you that. He looked like how he living for sure.
Not at all.
This dude is
Yeah.
all his
They got a
raps.
project
is-
called Dreadlocks and Headshots.
Okay, that may be where I came up with that.
all of his raps are exactly what his life is.
Facts. Wild Boy.
I gotta check that out because I
Wow,
didn't
boy.
know who Mozzie was probably when I heard
That
about
shit
that
dropped
project.
in like 2017.
All right.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, interested. Very interested.
I haven't heard Gunplay in a long time though.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
So he got some songs that I liked a lot back in the day for sure.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Any other music?
Let me check through real quick. We set the Trans remix. Jim Jones joined. They put Wayne and Joel Santana on
They
it.
killed that.
Yeah, it's
I
pretty
did
hard.
like that song.
It's pretty hard.
I've been liking Wayne's verses here lately, man.
I have too.
I fucking love his verse on that Sunshine
Yes.
shit though. Like, I mean, he that's like classic Wayne type shit to me. He really
Yeah,
kills
he
his
killed
shit.
that one.
So, I don't know. I think he finding his little groove back. You know what I'm saying? As far as I don't know, being not necessarily hip, but he getting back into it.
I don't think he ever lost it, but we've always been on different ends of that.
And some have been. I've been unimpressed with some of it.
Mm-hmm.
It just seems like a lot of words. You know what I'm saying? Like some of those verses, just a lot
I
of
know
words.
what you mean.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, but I think it's
we want to
still-
hear Wayne get to the bars and shit, or like really flip shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what we know for
I
Wayne.
feel like
for
that's
and shit.
all he always does. But it's like when you've done as many verses as Wayne has done in the 20 years of his career, the words is going to start to jumble together. It's like, how many things you going to continue to rhyme?
I was surprised about how long he said it takes him to write a verse, or not necessarily write it, or to do one. Sometimes, like he was like, "Shit, I mean, I don't want to necessarily keep repeating the same thing, so I might be stuck on." And that's some real,
Exactly.
That's some real rapper.
You
shit,
just said
though.
every rhyme there is to rhyme.
I mean, I respected that shit though, because it was like that's some real rapper shit. Like every rapper that been there before. Like I'm stuck on what my next 2 bars gonna be, and it might take me
Yes.
2 days
Yes.
before I get that shit. And then after I get those 2 bars, the rest of the shit gonna flow out.
Yeah. So that's why I was glad when I guess he was going through them labor issues with his album and all that shit, It was good that he was like taking that little break and time off. You got to, sit and chill for a little bit so you can rebuild them rhymes back up. Because when he was doing it in his height, when he was in his height, he was rhyming on everything.
Every
And
song.
you
Nobody's
getting a
being
lot
safe.
of bars off. It's like, yo, you gonna run out of shit to say. At some point.
Thank God that Kodak dropped Super Gremlin in 2021 and not in the fucking 2016, because it wouldn't have been a song no more.
Oh, yeah, he would have went crazy on that.
It wouldn't have been a song no more.
It would have went crazy.
He would have Tom Brady the
Nobody
retirement.
would have known it. You know what I'm saying? Nobody would have. Oh, that's Kodak's song. Nobody would have known that
He
shit
definitely would have went crazy on that.
for sure.
I do feel like there's a new reinvigorated sound or whatever. I did not like for a while, and I'm back on the songs that I've been or the features I've been hearing. I'm like, yeah, this is fire. That's a good track though. I did like that a lot.
Yeah.
Gunplay got Ross on the album.
You do.
I was wondering if he had any
Beat
MMG
Billionaire
love
on the
still.
beat is one of them
It's pretty cool.
hard, heavy, raw sounding type of songs.
Are you listening to the album?
Yeah, I listened to a couple of them. I ain't listened to the
Got
whole
you, got
album.
you.
I listened to that joint with Ross.
Nice.
But yeah, shout out Gunplay, man. I'm glad he putting out music again. I fuck with him.
For sure.
What else? Any other music?
I think that might be it, man. I don't see.
We did an hour on it.
Yeah, but so we covered it pretty.
Yeah, we got a lot of shit. It was a lot of shit to drop.
It was
a lot of shit.
Really good week. Really good week this week.
Yes, indeed. Next week's gonna be terrible.
Gotta be. It's gonna be nothing
awful
coming up.
I don't know. I think this is like the time of the year people start put shit out. You know, at the beginning of the year, the first couple months is kind of slow.
Starting to warm up and shit.
Now it's starting to warm up. People gonna start throwing shit out of there.
Yep.
I heard Future's album is coming soon. We know Pusha's album is coming. So shit about to heat up.
No doubt.
All right, what we on now, man?
Well, we get to the breaking news that we got here just a few minutes ago in the sports world.
Man, fucking crazy, dog.
Dwayne Haskins dead.
R.I.P., man.
Passed away. Yeah, got struck by a car, they say.
That is
I'm not sure if he was
crazy.
in a vehicle and got hit. The details are kind of like
That is
they're
weird.
not available yet, I guess, but so far what we know is
Struck
he got
by
hit
a vehicle sounds like
He was
has
walking and
a
got
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I've seen.
It wasn't in a car
But
wreck.
some people, I've seen some people post car accident too.
Okay.
So I'm not very sure exactly what
Gotcha.
it was. So, but when I see struck by a vehicle, it sounds like somebody was walking.
Pedestrian,
and he got hit.
That is wild.
That's nuts.
Yeah, I mean, it was wild because it's supposed to have been a good experience down there. Like he got hit and he died in South Florida. But he was down there because Mitchell Trubisky invited him, Mason, pretty much all the skilled players. So like, Chase Claypool, Najee Harris, everybody down there to his house in Florida or whatever to pretty much train, get to know each other and chill or whatever, blah, blah, blah. And, I think they just got down there yesterday.
Damn.
And
Jeez.
shit just happened today. So not exactly sure
That's terrible.
what all transpired there. But
We
man, I mean,
literally
that-
just heard a couple minutes ago.
yeah, I mean, it really sucks for Dwayne Haskins. Ultimately, I mean, he's only 24 years old.
Yeah.
I mean,
It really sucks. But yeah, he's dead. So,
I'm just
it's
saying, like, if
If
you
I had
look
to
at the
pick one
story,
person that it was the worst for,
Yeah.
I would say it was probably Dwayne.
he was only 24, bro. I mean, it
he's a
sucks.
young man, man. That
I mean, what
sucks,
else
man.
can you say about it? Man, I don't know.
It's a sad story.
Yeah, it's a really sad story for real, but I want to hold off on making any like.
Yeah, we literally know nothing. We'll cover it next week.
Yeah.
I'm sure. We'll need some more details. Honestly, we got to go back though we got to wrap up with college basketball. So last week when we recorded, it was Saturday, of course. Final Four was that night.
Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah.
we don't really care about the one game. We know Kansas whooped ass. They got into the championship.
Yeah.
UNC Duke Saturday night
Yeah.
was the game of the year.
First time
Everybody's
ever.
anticipating it,
Yeah.
and it did not disappoint. Absolutely great game. Take the floor, Moss.
Well, the UNC Tar Heels had a matchup against the Duke Blue Devils. First time ever in the March Madness in the NCAA tournament. Coach K's last year coaching,
Zip them up.
down in New Orleans. Great city, great area. Game was, up and down, back and forth, pretty close throughout. Duke went up a little bit, we went up a little bit. Then that boy Caleb Love said it's takeover time.
Kid's a monster.
And started letting that shit rain in that motherfucker. And you could see the expression on Coach K's face and his wife. They could see the end coming. And we got the motherfuckers up out of there, bro. You doubted us. You doubted us.
Honestly,
we got the boys up out of there. That boy, whew,
It
that boy
just
Baycott
came-
playing on a bum ankle, getting a double at halftime.
it just came down to making shots. Duke didn't make any 3-pointers. That's pretty much what it came down to.
Yeah.
That's consistency there. UNC won't making 3-pointers in the first half, but they was hitting the motherfuckers in the second half. And especially down the stretch, of course, Caleb Love had a monstrous last 4 minutes of the game.
He went crazy.
Or whatever.
He likes to
really
do that.
second half.
Yeah.
He was killing them.
He steps up to the plate in them big
That
moments.
last shot he hit was ridiculous.
He couldn't defend it any better than they did.
It was ridiculous.
It doesn't matter.
I mean,
Pow.
Guys,
I hate
some balls
that
to
dude.
take that shot.
I'm fine with saying that. I hate him.
I understand. You should.
Yeah,
If it's anybody you should hate on the team,
Embrace
you should
that
hate
hate.
that guy.
I mean, it's just some of those things like you shouldn't be able to do that.
'Cause he put his nuts on y'all's forehead with that shot.
dagger like that in his back.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe y'all pulled the upset. I really couldn't. I was doubting too. I was cheering heavily, but I couldn't believe they pulled that off. I thought a major mistake though. Baycott was obviously really hurt.
He was.
Towards the end of the game. Not moving the way that he would like to move. And Duke didn't take advantage of just going straight at him.
Yeah.
The even weirder part is they kept getting the ball to Banchero with him on him.
Yeah.
That's your best player that nobody in the country's been able to stop one-on-one. You got a big dude that probably is too slow to guard him fully healthy, and he's on a bum leg.
Yeah.
That should have been attack city.
To give Baycott a little credit, when they did do it, Baycott played pretty good defense on to not be able to get airborne as much as he could.
I feel like Banchero tried to muscle his way to the basket too much instead of like create a lane.
Use the quickness.
Yeah, he didn't know. He was really trying to, and that's to me was the problem. Like
you're not stronger than Baycott.
Yeah. Stop trying to
match.
Stop trying to muscle your way, and he just ended up putting a lot of bad shot attempts up in the paint. Or whatever. Of course, he was finishing some of them because he's a good player.
Right. Yeah.
But I feel like he got to finesse your way into the lane, and then Roach played a terrible game. To get that guy, it was one of them
stomp on the Roach.
Yeah, get this guy off the floor in some moments. Like he just wasn't good out there. So saddening for Duke for sure. What can I say?
Great for the Tar Heels.
Great for everybody else in the world. We all loved it. We enjoyed it. Put Coach K in a body bag. Get him the fuck up out of here.
But you know what?
Hold on, let's not move on too quick.
No,
let's not move on too quick.
We can get past
UNC has bragging rights for life off of that one game.
No, they don't.
It sucks. It sucks for a
Coach
Duke
K's
fan.
first loss as a coach was against the UNC Tar Heels. His last regular season game was a loss to the Tar Heels. His last coaching game ever was a loss to the Tar Heels. Bragging rights for life, bro.
That doesn't mean anything, bro. I mean, it's not bragging rights.
It doesn't.
Yes, it is, bro. It is. I'm sorry, it is.
It's just how it's going to be remembered.
Yeah.
It doesn't actually take away
He's beating the Tar Heels a bunch.
Sure. But how he'll be remembered is body bag.
Yeah. Your last game is how you remember.
It's fitting, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, it was so fun. It was so great. I loved every second of it.
Speaking of, I got a quick story before we move on to this game. But all right, so I was at work and it was I was making food. I was talking to this kid at the college kid there. We was talking about the game or whatever. And he was like, "Yeah, I hope UNC pulls off." He was like, "Yeah, one of my best friend plays for the Tar Heels and shit." I was like, "Oh, word?" And I'm thinking he talking about Smell on the bench. Like, who is it? He was like, "Yeah, Armando." I was like, "Armando." I'm like, Baycott? And that made me I didn't want to believe it first, but then when he just called him Armando, it was just Armando, that made me believe, this motherfucker is really his friend. And he did you talk about him like he just some regular guy. He's the best player on the team. I thought that was wild, but yeah.
This dude
probably went to high school.
I was just about to say he was probably in the same high school, never had a class.
Right.
Yeah, I know Armando.
Yeah, that's my guy.
That shit just threw me. It was like, Armando, you said that shit like he was just some guy on the bench or something. That's their best player, and he's in the national championship. It's kind of crazy.
He did we do.
No, you got to call him out on that FaceTime right now, bro.
right.
FaceTime.
I just let it slide.
He's in New Orleans, so
he said it so casually. I was like, man, maybe it is his best friend.
You got to prove that shit now. You got to prove. You can't just name drop like that.
Yeah.
What are your pictures at? Pull it up.
Who knows? He may have been lying, but hey, it is what it is.
I'm sure he knows him. I'm sure he knows him.
Yeah, he might know.
His name was fucking Armando.
Yeah, it didn't hit me at first. I'm like, I just call him Baycott. I'm down thinking, hold on, so who is Armando? It's fucking, it would be like say we didn't know each other. We had a conversation and we was talking about, when Syracuse was going to championship. I was like, yeah, one of my best friends played on the team. He was like, who? Oh, Melo. You'd be like,
might be a bad example.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's one of those things where it's like, you just talk about the best players in the fucking college right now that's going to national championship like he was just some regular guy.
Yeah. I know what you mean. Melo might be a bad example, but I feel you.
Yeah.
I feel you.
Yeah. Sorry, no disrespect to Melo. I know he's
No, not a disrespect thing. It's just he went by his first name. People knew him that way.
Yeah.
So it wasn't
Or maybe she's still Anthony.
Yeah, there you go.
What?
That might have thrown me off more than Melo. Yeah, you're right. You're right about that. Well, the championship game.
Yeah.
Championship game. Since you brought up Syracuse, I'm just going to mention it. It reminded me so much of Syracuse because we played Kansas in the championship when we won, and we were up 19 at half.
Oh, wow.
And won off the last second block that they would have won the game on. So very similar situation where we dominated the first half, could not miss if we wanted to.
Yeah.
And then in the second half, they made their roaring comeback, which is
Biggest
what happened.
comeback in championship history.
It was only 15 points. Let's not make it like it was crazy.
Biggest comeback in championship history.
Let's not make it like it's crazy. We see 20-point comebacks in the NBA all the time.
Yeah, NBA though, 15 is tough. I honestly couldn't believe they made the
forever. That's bragging rights forever,
It's
there.
It's not.
Never happened before.
Did you? How bad did it hurt? Because the Duke win, I feel like
that meant a lot.
I feel like that what meant so much, and it's corny to say we weren't expected to be here. We're 8 seed and stuff, but beating Duke was the most important thing. I feel like losing that game would not hurt as bad.
It didn't hurt as bad if we would have lost to Duke, of course, but of course you want to win that championship. You want to seal the deal and
so
get that
close.
championship. And it's weird because our last run of games leading up to the championship, we would have bad first halves and come back and have great second halves. So I was going into the game, I was like, yo, we got to start the game off better. Because if Kansas gets ahead too much, we might not be able to fight back. Yeah, we played a great first half and got up. Then played a terrible second half. We flipped the script on what we had did leading up to that game. I was like, damn.
Yep.
Caleb got cold. Just couldn't get it done. Baker ended up getting hurt towards the end of the game. We had to go out all the way. It was sad. It was sad to see it go out like that. But hey, shout out to Kansas.
Die on the vine.
Shout out to Kansas.
Die on the vine.
I don't know if it's going with that, but yeah, sure. Killed off Coach Cato.
Young sprouting flower, just limp.
Just let it go, bro. Just let this shit go, bro. You reaching real strong right now.
I'm just saying, bro. That's what happened. They died on the vine.
Kansas has been pretty dominant for the last 4 or 5 games of the tournament, so for us to go up that much, says a lot, but we got to keep it going in the second half.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely was just praying that Caleb would hit one of those shots.
Yeah,
towards the end,
save us.
Yeah, right. Please.
I mean, he did it the last 2 or 3 games. I was expecting him to do the same.
How much you can't expect that shit all
Every
the time.
game. Right.
If he would have, my man would have been number 1.
Legend.
Number 1 pick in the draft.
Right. His stock still went up. Don't get me wrong.
No, for sure. But I mean, he's not number 1 pick.
I don't think he would have been that anyway. Ben Carroll's probably
if he would have hit that shot, bro, and continuously shown that he's that big time in moments like that.
He had been top 5, top 10.
He would have convinced somebody.
Possibly.
For sure.
Him and Baker both moved up in the draft heavily.
Yeah.
Baker had back-to-back 2020 games.
He did.
Yes.
I mean, his draft stock had to have gone way, way up.
Yeah, he's out of here. Especially when one of them, he had a 2020, he had 20 boards or some shit like that with a bum ankle.
Yeah.
Well, you're out of here.
Still didn't matter.
Teams can't wait to get you.
That's crazy.
I mean, he's just a big body, bro. Good luck boxing this guy out.
Yeah, it's going to be a problem.
Or getting around him to start. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, for sure. But justice was served.
All right, what else we got? We got a very passionate topic that Carl wants to get into.
I mean,
he feels very strongly about this, so we're gonna let you cook, son.
All right, I appreciate that.
Yep.
Well, yesterday or the last couple of days, of course, we know Brian Flores has his class action lawsuit against the NFL. Discrimination, racism, regarding the hiring practice and all of that stuff. Mm-hmm. And he's had two coaches join him in the class action lawsuit, Ray Horton and I forgot the other guy's name.
Wilkes. Steve Wilkes.
Stephen Wilkes. Yeah. Both former head coaches feel like they were shamed as well. But to support Ray Horton's lawsuit or his him joining it, this clip surfaced from Mike Mularkey when he was on a podcast, and I thought it was very interesting. And here's the clip here.
What podcast was
Mike,
it?
if you could turn back the
Steelers
clock,
round.
where would, I probably hate these questions, but would there be anything during your coaching career that you might have done differently or changed?
That's a good question. I'll tell you guys this. I've always prided myself in doing the right thing in this business, and I can't say that's true about everybody in this business. It's a very cutthroat business, and a lot of guys will tell you that. But I allowed myself at one point when I was in Tennessee to get caught up in something I regret, and I still regret it. But the ownership there, Amy Adams Trunk and her family, came in and told me I was going to be the head coach in 2016 before they went through the Rooney Rule. And so I sat there knowing I was the head coach in 16 as they went through this fake hiring process, knowing a lot of the coaches that they were interviewing, knowing how much they prepared to go through those interviews, knowing that everything they could do and they had no chance of getting that job. And actually the GM, John Robinson, he was in on the interview with me. He had no idea why he's interviewing me, that I have the job already. And I feel, I regret, that's because I pride myself in my kids first, that they do the right thing. And I always said that to the players, and here I am, the head guy, not doing it. And I've regretted that since then. It was the wrong thing to do. I'm sorry I did that, but it was not the way to go about it. Should have interviewed like everybody else.
So, I mean, as you can see, that was a very remorseful person in that situation, but it pretty much paints the picture and lays out everything that Brian Flores was, which, I mean, we knew that it was very possible that he was telling the truth. But there it is right there.
I misunderstood what you were saying in the chat. I thought you said that they had a video recording of a phone call of that happening.
No. It's his confession.
Right. I think I might have took it that way too.
So I stand even stronger on everything that I was saying in the chat, that I believe him. I don't think that this is not happening. Don't get me wrong. But I don't think this has any impact at all, because it's just more he said, she said. I thought you were saying they had a phone call that was the smoking gun of the coach on the phone with a GM or something. And they directly told him if he doesn't have a way of proving, he's got a text message or something of them saying, we're skipping the Rooney Rule, you've got the job. The NFL and the lawyers that they had, I don't think this does anything.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's impactful, but people stand on, you got to go on their oath. They're going to call him to testify regarding this.
I agree.
So that's, I mean,
but that's not evidence.
It's
testimony.
A testimony is evidence.
Sure.
You use that as evidence.
It's I forget what the word is. There's a certain type of evidence.
Right, but it
it's
is
not
certainly
concrete evidence.
Right, but it solidifies something if you have other evidence to support the case.
Circumstantial.
Right. And what he does regarding the text messages that from Bill Belichick and stuff like that, and I'm sure it's other instances they're building the case, but this right here solidifies it. In my opinion, I think, and I think ultimately,
I definitely think the Bill Belichick text messages is more solid than
I
what
agree.
he's just saying.
We're talking about a former head coach, right? This is not necessarily just this is a guy who was literally in that
Flores
position.
was a former head coach.
Right. But I'm saying he's one speaking from the other side. So now we have both sides of the story type shit. We have the guys who were getting shammed and the guy who was saying yeah, that's exactly how it works.
Right.
I was on the other side of this and I can contest to that. So I think it's a bigger thing than you guys are making it to be. And I can tell that it is because the story is being suppressed. I don't know. I don't get how y'all are not seeing that, because when Brian Flores first came out and did the class action lawsuit, what was the first thing that the NFL said? Is that this lawsuit has no merit. That was the first thing they said, and that was less than. Yeah, I mean,
he right.
They did no investigation.
He got us.
They did no investigation whatsoever into it. They just said this lawsuit has no merit.
Right.
But then you see stuff like this that comes out and it's well, no, it has plenty of merit now. So.
This is just his word. I believe him. I believe him 100%. But what if the GM goes on a podcast and says, "Yeah, what he said is completely not true. We actually had this meeting lined up," and explains their side.
Yeah, the Titans have already
say that they're lying. Say that they're lying, but just both sides saying one thing and the other one saying the other just means nothing. That's why I don't think that this is being suppressed. I think there's just not enough story for it to be news that we're seeing on every hour of ESPN.
You don't think this would be a headline normally? We're talking about.
But they did. You said there was no articles from ESPN, these people, and I pulled up the article immediately. They wrote on it. It's just not big enough.
It was buried in the article. The headline is something that people don't care about. The headline should be Mike Mularkey is making a confession about the NFL hiring practice.
He's making an allegation.
It's a confession. That's what he's confessing. This is something. It's not an allegation. This is something that he was a part of. It's a confession.
Whatever you want to call it.
I'm just saying.
I think you believe this to be a lot more substantial than anything else. And once you think that, you're not really, I don't think you're looking at it clearly.
I don't. It might be arguing two different points. Yeah, it's a fucked up situation what the NFL is doing, obviously. Is it a big enough story to be going over the MLB starting, the playoffs starting, the golf Masters going on? It's a bunch of sports shit that's bigger stories to talk about than.
Well, I'm not necessarily saying, but they're leading off shows talking about Debo Samuel unfollowing the 49ers on ESPN. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's clearly, to me, it's a concern. You're searching for stories every day. This is something in your lap. The only person that reported on this was Mike Florio, again, who is a former lawyer who knows the seriousness of these cases. And he's saying, oh, this is damning for the NFL. Yeah. So, I mean, look, if there's any kind of proof to support what he's saying, it's got to be some emails or something that he could pull.
Well,
There's something somewhere.
If he does it, I think there will be more to talk about. Somebody just saying their side of the story, I don't think moves the needle. I do think multiple other coaches.
Nobody asked for it. They just said, what was one of the biggest moments nobody asked him to say anything about this. And this is from 2020. This is way prior to this lawsuit being filed.
They clearly set that up. Now, I'm not saying it was staged as in they're telling him to make up this story, but you think they came on the podcast and didn't think this was something they were going to talk about?
No,
he said, Malarkey, is there anything that you wish you had done differently with your coaching? Not saying there's anything wrong with this, but that was the setup to the question.
What they were expecting to get that out of him?
I do. Yeah.
No.
I do.
No, that was completely it was off the cuff. He didn't know. They didn't know he was about to say.
I have no proof, neither do you. I'm just saying I don't believe that to be true.
They just said they were expecting a call that you made in a crunch situation, a timeout that you called that might have not been correct, or you should have called a timeout there. That one of your regrets, it could have been anything. He went to a moral standing, like something like I said that was completely different. That's something that was weighing on this dude. He was just waiting to get that shit off.
Seems very convenient that Mike Malarkey all of a sudden would be on a podcast.
It's not all. This is from 2020.
When this is going on,
this podcast came out in 2020. Nobody has heard. Nobody heard it until now. Ray Norton is using it as part of this case.
I don't think
you're hearing about it now because a lawsuit has been filed and they're going through the process.
Right, but what I'm saying
is, going to start popping.
Yeah, I take it back. I take that back. I don't think it was a setup question. If this is an old interview,
yeah, it's from 2020.
No, my understanding is it's a new podcast. And it is what it is. No, I don't think that then.
I think the next big story they'll talk about is when whatever the settlement is of this lawsuit happens. That's when people was talking about it again.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to drag this out right now. What the thing that you don't want is the NFL to try to settle, and I don't think they don't want a settlement. They're going to try to make some roll.
What do you think is going to happen?
Well, NFL's already getting ahead of it. They're already changing stuff about the Rooney Rule and the hiring process. I've seen that.
Oh, they got to. And these other teams are getting ahead of it too. Why do you think the Texans hired Lovie Smith? Why do you think Miami hired the quote unquote minority head coach?
Bruce Arians stepping down.
Bruce Arians. I mean, I don't think that has anything to do with
Probably
it.
Probably not.
But these teams are trying to cover up and save face because they know we got to look like we in support of this type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
I don't disagree.
It's not a coincidence to me.
I don't disagree. I just don't think you have the smoking gun that you think you do. That's all. I agree. I think it happened. I believe him. I just don't think it's
one
that
of Tory Lane's pistols.
We
don't know the full story yet, but something happened. Somebody shot this motherfucker.
You're so football obsessed. You don't see clearly on this. I think that every NFL story should be the top of the hour.
No, I don't. But this is major. I mean, I just feel like if you're going to talk about Brian Flores was on every fucking station saying that, talking about him filing lawsuits and shit. And now you have a white coach confirming the shit that he said. Why wouldn't we also add that into it? I don't get that. That's all I'm saying. That to me should be. Go ahead and confirm what this man is saying. We don't want to bury the NFL, and I'm sure the NFL is in bed with Fox and ESPN and all of these other stations and shit like that. So they're not going to blast them if they say, "Hey, look, we can't talk about this story on our." You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel like. That's how I feel like it's going.
I'm not going to get into these topics because
it's hypothetical.
It just goes too deep. But there are other situations where when we have said that additional allegations against this person helps to strengthen the case that maybe there is something going on here because multiple people are now saying it. It's basically what you're saying right now. But it's different because you feel that the NFL is wrong here, and these other figures that we've talked about, you feel like they were being mistreated. I just wanted to point that out. I just want to point that out.
There's a completely different situation.
They are different situations. I'm just saying the logic is
And the way
when
it
you
came
add
out is
allegations,
different.
it's like, damn, it starts to look worse because multiple people are jumping on board, which I think is true. And I think that's true here. When you've got more coaches adding their name to the list, that does look worse for the NFL. I mean, it does look like could be a bigger problem than what the NFL would like it to be. I just disagree that this is as big of a news story, but it is what it is. And we got different opinions.
Yeah, I mean, it's not as big because they don't want it to be.
Sure.
That's my opinion on it.
Sure. Maybe. What else? T.I.?
That boy Tip, man.
It's a crazy story.
Back around to it. How did it start?
He was at a comedy show?
He went to this, little underground type of comedy show thing. And this lady was on stage, doing her set, doing her stand-up. And T.I. was in the crowd and decided to start heckling the girl.
So did you hear Flagrant talk about it?
I don't think so.
They gave a little bit more backstory that apparently these two have had some issues with each other.
Okay.
So I think that there may have been, I don't know if it was just a random show that he happened to be a part of.
Okay.
So there was some animosity already there. And then the heckling, of course, takes place.
Yeah.
And he's saying, take off that hat, show your wig or whatever.
Yeah. And she started clapping back about them allegations you and your wife got. I forgot what she said specifically.
That was it, basically.
But she brought up that dagger to him and he got offended. And then started, going up there, grabbed the mic from her and make it a whole big thing. And my thing is like, all right, T.I., you obviously trying to go in this comedy world. The podcast thing didn't work out for you. Wasn't making enough money. I heard that, seen that interview too.
Oh, really?
He said he stopped podcasting because there wasn't no money in it enough money for him to stay doing it. He felt like it just felt like work, that's what a podcast is. You got to come here and do shit every day when you're doing the pod. But anyway, but he's going about this I want to be a comedian thing all wrong. Started off with him coming on after the headliner Godfrey was on the set. And then he got mad because Godfrey had his opinion. But that's how it is in any entertainment business. When you're the headliner, you're the last one to go on. When you off, the show is over. Yeah. To go up after the headliner has performed is disrespectful to the headliner. No matter what entertainment field you're in, if you're a rapper, if you're a singer, if you're at a festival, if you're the headliner of the show, you are the last performer on that docket. You're not supposed to go up and do that. He did that, and then they had a little riff-raff about what Godfrey said, which I think he was right in what he said, because that's how entertainment goes. You're the headliner, you're the last one supposed to perform. All this shit that you're doing, now you're heckling a comedian at a show, at a stand-up. These are not the ways that you're going to be able to step in this comedy world, because these are all red flags for being in comedy. This is not how you go about it. Tiffany, get that shit together, bro. What you doing?
He looking for
and
a hobby.
And it's even more odd to me. He did a whole album with Dave Chappelle on the skit, so you obviously been hanging around and chilling with this dude. You didn't get no tips from this man on how to go about this shit.
Right.
You're doing everything wrong, bro.
It just looks bad.
I thought worse than the heckling was he got up and took the mic from the guy.
Yeah,
like he had his arms wrapped around it, like grabbed the.
That's one of the Will Smith influence moments right there.
What are you
doing?
Keep
these people off stage.
Yeah. Comedians got to have their own personal security now.
For real.
On deck.
But I think I cut you off. My bad. What were you saying?
Oh, nothing. I don't think I said anything.
Yeah, I feel like he got around some people that told him he was funny. And he's kind of bored right now, and he's just like, I'm gonna do comedy. It doesn't seem like he's put in the time to like understand some of these basic rules and guidelines and stuff. Like you said, I mean, whether it's Dave or even if you can't get time to just go hang out with Dave, there's got to be other comedians that want to like take you under their wing and be like, yeah, I can kind of teach you some stuff.
Motherfucking Lil Duval's been part of his clique forever.
Right.
Holler at Lil Duval. He'll give you the ropes. What we doing? Like, I don't know. I think T.I. is like in this stage of his life and career where he's trying to find his place outside of rap.
Yeah.
And he's having a hard time finding whatever the fuck that is.
Yeah, go back to the podcast. I didn't watch it, but go back to it.
It's just like, bro.
Go back to you can get your jokes off there.
Expeditiously.
Do acting. He's been in movies. Be an actor, bro. Get you some movie roles.
He's bad at that. Dude, go back.
He's had some good movies. ATL is a classic.
He's just it is, but it's a bad acting all through. It's a reason why none of those actors are in any other movies that are
That's
notable.
not true, but I hate to say.
That was like Lauren London's last hit type shit. She a one-hit wonder in movies.
It's also not true. She's been in other movies.
Not none that's really that good. That's what people know her for. Was the new? People,
Yeah.
That was probably her most significant role, yes.
Yeah.
But she's been in other stuff.
Yeah, but nobody cares. That's what I'm saying. That's it. It's
What's
been like
his
a lot of
name?
like D-list type
I don't
movies.
disagree.
Jason Weaver was in that movie too. You know who Jason Weaver is. I don't know. Y'all not related. He played Michael Jackson. He
Oh
sang a little bit.
that dude's a good.
He's been acting for a long time.
He's been acting for. He's a real actor.
He was in that
though.
movie.
You gotta have one real actor in the movie to make it like seem legit type shit.
Wasn't Big Boy in there too?
Big Boy was in there. Yep.
Oh.
What's that other dude's name? Fucking damn. It just slipped my mind. Evan. He's like the son of damn, it just slipped my mind, man. That shit pissed me off because I'm picturing his face. The light-skinned dude that played Tip's little brother.
Yeah. I've never seen him.
Evan Ross.
Evan Ross. He Diana Ross's son.
Is that really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Has he been in anything else?
He's been in a couple of acting roles.
So his
He
Hunger
played
Games.
he was in that TLC biopic. He was one of the people in there. I forgot
some
the producer
Lifetime
name.
movies.
Yeah, most of them look that way from what I'm looking at right now. But The Hunger Games, that's a big movie.
Oh yeah, I love.
Doubt he had a big part, but
He must
it's a
have
big movie.
died early.
He might have.
It was some good actors in that movie. Is what I'm saying.
That's one of the motherfuckers got shot in the back with an arrow, and the scene was over quick.
Yeah, Tip, man, get it together, man. Go acting or something. Do something.
Not a good look.
He's trying to find his way, and he's having a hard time.
Yeah, you can't do that, bro.
You can't.
You can't do that. And it's like, I know it probably hurt him when she said something about the allegations and shit. Like that shit probably cut deep.
Yeah,
but
Man.
she was well within her right. I feel like you know when somebody goes.
Do y'all agree with the nothing is off limits as a comedian?
I do.
I don't think she was. I don't think it was a joke. It wasn't a joke.
Yeah,
she was
wasn't
firing
joking.
back.
She was taking shots.
I don't think it was funny at all.
Right.
Like it's one of the moments like, oh, you think you can talk shit about me? How about this bitch? Because that's. I mean, look, I'm in full support of that.
Yeah. I see Schultz take that stance a lot. Like all is fair game as long as it's funny.
Right.
He says that a lot. But funny is objective.
Yeah.
Everything ain't funny to everybody.
That's a thin line.
Yeah. Everything ain't funny to everybody. You never,
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, but some of that shit, is just going. It's not funny. It's more of a ooh. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like damn type of shit, and that's gonna start a fight normally.
When he says that, I almost feel like clever might be a better word.
Try that.
It still is. I mean, still is kind of subjective,
Right.
but it's like you have to put a spin on it.
Right.
Like I mean, this is gonna be a little controversial, but like he makes race jokes
all the time.
And if there's like a spin on it where you're being clever, it's like, it's not taken as like, this is a hateful thing. If you just get up on stage and you say like, black people are stupid, it's like, what's the funny? What's the clever to it? You're just saying
it's
something.
like, I recently seen Daniel Tosh or whatever, a joke that
Damn,
he
I
had.
forgot about
I
that.
haven't heard him in a long time. But he has a joke where he's he's like, man, black people are better than us, better at, sports and all of this shit. They're better at everything than us or whatever, blah, blah, blah. And it just makes me think like, we really pulled off slavery. And he's like, I already said it was awful. Okay. But I mean, it's kind of neat. And I mean, that was funny.
Tosh was always a wild boy.
That was funny to me because it's like, yeah, because he's like, at any moment, we could run away or we could beat the fuck out of you. Yeah. And we really pulled it off. So that type of shit, like at least
Something
make it clever, put some thought into it, not just like firing back and like, things could be hurtful type shit.
Right.
Make it.
Even when Show says that, I feel like he even has his limits, and he's probably one of the most flagrant comedians I know. He'll give it to everybody, but he ain't gonna say ain't gonna joke about saying nigger in it.
Yeah.
He won't take it there. You know what I'm saying? Well, I think he even has his limits where he won't make jokes about certain stuff. He has his limits.
But
some
I think
comedians do though.
I think that's a personal limit though, where it's like to him it's not worth it.
Right.
I guarantee you that there is Louis C.K., I believe, is one that has used it in a few jokes.
Yeah.
I think Schultz would defend that as being like that's his choice. It wasn't a hateful way. I don't think I would do it. Probably not something that he should do or whatever,
Right.
but I think he would still defend his ability to.
Right.
I could be wrong. I'm
Maybe
putting
so.
words in his mouth, but
Maybe so.
it is. I mean, it's dicey. You got to be able to take the repercussions of your joke in a situation like that or anything that you're saying. Like, even if you're making fun of like retarded people or something, nowadays it's not something you could get away with.
The cousins.
Some people are going to do it, but they got to be ready to take the reportions.
Right, and the way they do like the spin is they'll talk about like a family member that may
so it's
have
personal
a
to me.
disability. Right,
Yeah.
and shit like that.
Well,
Yeah, it is. A lot of
So you
people do
gotta
not
put a
agree
spin
with
on it.
this.
Make it more personal or something, or like you said, clever something. You can't just go out there and say some harsh shit and think people gonna get laughs.
Right.
But it's not gonna work.
sure indeed. Yeah, it's a good topic.
Anything else here? We're pretty much out of time to do samples and stuff, but anything else before we wrap?
Maybe that Steph shit. Steph and LeBron.
Oh yeah, real quick.
Can't go
That
too
was funny.
deep into that, but LeBron was on his show The Shop, and he was asked like if anybody you think he would want to play with. First, he said his son, of course, and he said any other player in the league it would have to be Steph for sure. So they played this clip for some interview they was doing with Steph, and then Steph's response to it was like, "It sounds good and everything, but I'm good, bro.
Pretty much.
I'm good on that shit,
We
bro."
already played together in the All-Star game, so
He was trying to
we
play it off.
covered
Yeah,
that
he was
base
trying to keep
already.
it easy. Like, yeah, we played the All-Star game. He was teammates then. That should be enough.
Yeah.
That should be enough.
He's not interested. Do you think? I mean, and I think they would pair together pretty well because LeBron would just find ways to get Steph Curry the ball all the time. But do you think shit like that like taints or like tarnishes LeBron's legacy to like always feel like he has to play with these great players next to him?
I do think that in general, but I think the way he was saying it is almost like, I'm not saying he intentionally thought this out, but very could have. I think it's almost like a spin on it to make it seem less like the ring chasing of like, I was going to play with these guys to get rings. Where if he says, I would like to play with Steph because he's the greatest shooter of all time, it'd be dope to play with Luka and like name other players. It makes him look more like just the basketball historian, where he's like, I think it would be cool to see what my talents and his talents would team up like, less like the ring stuff. I don't know if that
LeBron
makes
does play into that I'm friends with everybody type shit.
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't care for LeBron, obviously.
But
so.
it is kind of like, all right, dog, like stay somewhere. Like you're almost 40.
You know he's going somewhere else.
Click out. Of course he is. But it's like, all right. He's obviously going to leave these Lakers at some point, but it seems like he might leave them in the dust after he ruined that franchise.
And them motherfuckers, hey, come on.
What? Come on, what?
Come on.
What we doing?
What'd I say
What'd you say?
about the AD shit?
That was a bad move.
I'm just saying. I mean, they did in a bubble environment. They got a championship.
They got a
What
ring.
championship.
But I'd say that this is going to be damage the franchise going forward. And I mean, thus far it has.
I get you that.
Yeah, but I do and I don't. You did say that. You were correct, but they won a championship. So
right.
I think the other side is correct.
The asterisk.
You did say it was like his championship or bust.
Understood. I
You
thought
did
my
put it
nose
like
up
it's
at that
championship or bust. If y'all don't win the ring and they went,
They
God.
did, but I don't think
God.
they would have won that outside of the bubble.
I agree.
don't think so.
I thumbed my nose at that championship
Well, we don't
as
know.
well, but
Yeah.
they won it.
Yeah,
You
they
can't
did.
take it away, you know?
You can't take that shit away. They're champions, but it's one of them like, I don't know. We'll
Understood.
see. But I looked at I just saw a meme or whatever, and like they had a better record with Lonzo and Brandon Ingram and all of them than they had this year.
This year.
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't make the playoffs this year. That's
is.
nuts.
Yeah.
That's just
They said
crazy.
they have
man.
more lineup changes than wins.
I saw that. It was like
That's nuts.
38 to 36 or something.
More different lineups than wins.
Starting lineup.
Just trying anything at that point.
It's nuts.
Yeah. Well, man.
All right, we got to wrap up to squeeze these samples in here. We got 2 samples coming, so if you're on YouTube, we appreciate you. We'll be back next week, same time, same place. If you're on the audio, we got 2 samples coming.
For sure.
Peace.